Chapter 38:24. He roared, and the great dragon's sword soul began to circulate in his body. At the same time, he looked at Huang Shan fearlessly. "You dared to kill my clone? How dare you?" Huang Shan snorted coldly. His voice was like 1,000 claps of thunder, causing people's hearts to beat wildly. Lin Xian wasn't afraid of Huang Shan since he wanted to kill him. He looked at Huang Shan and said coldly, "What? You're not convinced? You can fight me with your real body. Suppress your cultivation and fight me at the same level. I can kill you like a dog. You think you can kill me?" Huang Shan took a step forward, and the 9 heavens and 10 earths cracked. At this moment, everyone's hair stood on end. The people of Thunder God City, Demon City, and even the experts of the Golden Crow tribe were trembling. They felt like they had to kneel down and worship Huang Shan. What kind of power was this? The will of a minor saint could crush everything. Lin Wudi probably wouldn't be able to withstand it. Maybe he would take the initiative to kneel down. Some people were shocked. Lin Xian. He felt a powerful will. It was as if it wanted to make him float. Humph! A dragon roar came from his body, and the aura that burst out was enough to shatter heaven and earth. His body was as straight as a javelin. "You're too naive to think that you can make things difficult for me with just the will of a minor saint. Fight me if you have the guts. Get lost if you don't. I'll fulfill your wish," Huang Shan said coldly, and the law on his body spread out. It seemed like he wanted to suppress his cultivation and fight Lin Xian to the death. However, at this moment, a few elders of the demonic palace flew over from afar. They asked the 2 of them to stop. Why are the 2 young masters so angry? While the witch was trying to persuade Lin Xian, the other 2 elders of the demonic palace started to talk to Huang Shan through voice transmission. No one knew what they were promising. Huang Shan's eyes lit up when he heard it. He looked at Lin Xian. "Kid, you're lucky. I'll spare your life this time. However, I won't let you off for killing my clone. In a few months, the heavenly fate star will open. At that time, the chief disciple of the great desolate mansion will bring my order to cut off your head. Enjoy the last few months of your life." Huang Shan turned around and left, disappearing from everyone's sight with his desolate heaven halberd. The Demon King had finally left. Many of the geniuses heaved a sigh of relief. The pressure from the other party was too great. At the same time, they guessed that if this news were to spread, it would shock many people. Lin Xian actually managed to kill one of Desolate 13's clones. This was too heaven-defying. Some people sneered. Lin Wudi wouldn't live for long. That's right, since he dared to offend Huang Shan, he would die without a doubt. Due to Huang Shan's status, he wouldn't do it himself. However, there were many geniuses in the great desolate mansion, especially the current chief disciple, who was said to be an extraordinary person. He was known as the second Huang 13. If he made a move, Lin Wudi would have no way to survive. Everyone was discussing animatedly as they kept looking at Lin Xian. However, Lin Xian snorted coldly and was not afraid at all. The chief disciple of the great desolate mansion? He was still too inexperienced to kill him. No matter what kind of genius or genius you were, if you dared to make a move against him, he would definitely send you to the Yellow Springs. He even swore that as long as he had the chance to enter the Little Saint realm, he would personally kill Huang 13. Next, the people of the demonic palace went up to calm them down and began to change the atmosphere. The witch even suggested that they go around the demonic palace to take a look. This scene shocked many people. Everyone nodded their heads in agreement. The demonic palace was a mysterious palace that had been passed down since ancient times. Even if they couldn't enter, it was already a great opportunity to look at it from the outside. Everyone sat on the black demonic crows and flew towards the demonic palace. Soon, they saw the mysterious palace floating between the heavens and the earth again. The vast aura made them greatly astonished. This time they were very close to the palace and could stand at the corner of the palace wall. Therefore, They could see the traces of time on the palace wall. For example, there were various palm shadows and sword marks. It was very terrifying. These were all left behind by the great battle of the great saints in the past. You can try to touch it outside. The demonic palace will give you a special privilege," the witch said with a smile. Hearing this, the people were even more shocked. Finally, someone reached out and touched the black palace wall. Someone couldn't wait and started to try. Sure enough, there were runes on the palace wall that shrouded the person's hand. Everyone was shocked. What a mysterious aura. I seem to feel a different, great Tao will. Great, it might be able to improve my great Tao laws. These people were shocked and tried one after another. At the same time, the 4 protectors had already entered the demonic palace. They were guarding an ancient statue. That statue was completely made of divine crystals. It emitted an unparalleled divine secret. The witch had already ordered people to start experimenting, but so far no one met the requirements. Buzz! Just as he finished speaking, a light suddenly appeared in the eyes of the divine crystal statue. Although it wasn't very bright, it was incomparably strange. Seeing this scene, the 4 protectors were shocked. Who was trying it outside? Soon news came. It was a genius of the 1,000 Fiend City. It was a dark-type crocodile. Remember his identity and wait for our decision. The 4 protectors sent out the news. Not long after, the light in the eyes of the divine crystal statue became stronger again. It was much stronger than before. If it was like a firefly before, then it was like a lamp now. "Who is it?" an elder hurriedly asked. The news came. It was Jean Patian of the Golden Crow race. This Jean Patian was really extraordinary. He could actually stimulate it to this extent. He really met the requirements. One of the protectors nodded. The other one also nodded. However, one of the protectors said, "Actually, it would be best if we could get Huang-Shur-San." "Sigh, what a pity. If it was 500 years ago, we could have tried. But now Huang-Shur-San is too strong. Moreover, he has the desolate sky halberd. We might not be able to subdue him instantly. If he asks for help from the great desolate mansion, then the matter will be exposed. So, we have to choose someone below the minor saint realm." Next, a few more geniuses made their moves. All of them caused changes in the statue. Some of the eyes of the statue were like fireflies, while others were like lamps. For example, Jean Patian, the princess of the New Moon race, and a few other famous sky prides. However, the 4 protectors had been waiting for Lin Xian to make his move. In the Lin Xian Pavilion, Sherbu Fan and the others in the Water Sky City had also made their moves. Lin Xian was also curious. He also placed his hand on the wall. He felt a strange energy surging into his body. At the same time, the great destruction spear in his body started to move again. Endless demonic chi turned his entire arm pitch black. Boom! Lin Xian did not trigger any more terrifying heaven and earth vision. However, the people in the demonic palace were extremely shocked. The 4 protectors were completely stunned. They stood up immediately, their bodies trembling like zombies. Chapter 38:25. Because at this moment the statue changed again. The gaze from before was like a bright lamp, causing them to be moved. But now its gaze was like 2 suns that illuminated the 9 heavens. If it weren't for the mysterious demonic palace, the light would have spread. How was this possible? Wasn't it too strong? The 4 elders were dumbfounded. This scene was completely out of their expectations. Even an old voice came from the statue. That voice was incomparably excited and trembling. "Who is this person? Find him for me. We must get him at all costs." "Yes, Patriarch." The 4 protectors knelt on the ground. If anyone else saw this scene, they would definitely be scared out of their wits. These 4 protectors had very high statuses in the demonic palace. They were living fossils. Even the palace master of the demonic palace had to be respectful when he saw these 4 protectors. But at this moment, the four protectors were kneeling on the ground. Just what was inside this statue? Who was trying it just now? The four protectors stood up and asked anxiously. The news outside had spread. It was Lin Wudy. Lin Wudy. It was indeed him. The four protectors' eyes shone with a piercing light. They also began to observe secretly. They saw that Lin Xian's arm had turned completely black. Furthermore, that demonic qi caused them to be greatly moved. Could it be that this person was also from the demon clan? Ying Ying said that he had once used a black spear and recorded it with a formation. The other protector, an old woman, opened her hand. The formation flickered, and the scene of Lin Xian's battle appeared. Inside, Lin Xian was indeed wielding a black spear. It was pitch black and emanated a monstrous demonic aura. After the other three protectors saw it, they gasped. Could this be the legendary demonic Tao sacred artifact? The Spear of Annihilation. It couldn't be wrong. He actually had the Spear of Annihilation. Could he be a great demon? Thinking of this possibility, the four protectors were shocked. How could they not know about great demons? They were the most terrifying and mysterious of the demon race. There were very few people in the great demon clan, and every time one of them would come out and sweep through all four directions. Could it be that this generation's great demon was Lin Wudy? If that was the case, Lin Wudy had hidden his strength too well. That's great. There's hope for the old ancestor. If we can obtain this great demon's successor, then our demonic palace will be able to regain our glory from 10,000 years ago. The four protectors were incomparably excited, and the ancient voice once again sounded from the statue behind them. What a pure demonic aura! I must obtain it, no matter the cost. It was time to prepare to take action. They had to take him away without anyone noticing. The four protectors had already started discussing how they were going to make their move. Lin Wudy was too dazzling, and he was the third-generation chief, disciple of Wushuang City. In the future, he might very well be the second Fu Hongya. Peerless City places great importance on this matter, so we can act openly. Otherwise, Peerless City will definitely fight us to the death. Especially today, when Yi Shiwen had killed Huang Shisan's clone in such a domineering manner. If word of this spread out, Yi Shiwen would be even more excited. He was a genius, but he had offended many people. Thunder God City, Thousand Demon City, New Moon Clan, Golden Crow Clan, and now Great Desolate Prefecture. These people would definitely not let Lin Wudy grow so smoothly. What do you mean? The elders looked over. The protectors' eyes glinted coldly. Let's get someone else to do the dirty work. Let the sacred city take action while we secretly snatch Lin Wudy. That way, even if Lin Wudy disappeared in the end, no one would think that it was us. Even if Peerless City was angry, they would only fight with those few who were born. A few elders were secretly making arrangements here. Outside, Lin Xian still did not know that he had been targeted. At this moment, he was sensing the aura. Perhaps he could use it to comprehend the law of demons. However, there was not enough time. The witch directly led everyone away. The reason was that this was their most important place, and they couldn't stay for too long. Everyone sighed, and Lin Xian shook his head slightly. Then he left. After all, this was their territory. No one would dare to be presumptuous here. Then everyone left. Even the four protectors were prepared to make a move here. However, after thinking about it, they gave up. If they made a move here, Peerless City would definitely suspect them, so they could only let them leave safely. After everyone returned, the news spread out. Some people who had just arrived were even more shocked. What did you say? Lin Wudy killed one of Huang Shisan's clones? Impossible. Was Huang Shisan the incomparably powerful genius 500 years ago? He should be a little saint now. Moreover, he was extremely terrifying among little saints. Yes, he was as famous as Fu Hongya. If you said that Fu Hongya did it, I would believe it. But how could Lin Wudy do it? He was only a fourth heaven saint. Where did he get the strength from? No one believed it. However, more and more people said that they saw it with their own eyes. This made the others have no choice but to believe it. This Lin Wuti was too heaven-defying. Now he could kill Huang Shusan's clone. This was the second Fu Hongya. Once she grew up, who could fight against her? The major sects in the sacred city felt the pressure. It couldn't be helped. Fu Hongya and Huang Shusan were unparalleled existences, even among the top geniuses. Back then, they were so dazzling on the Pilgrim leaderboard. Even now, the two of them had been removed from the Pilgrim leaderboard. Countless elders felt their hair stand on end. There was no doubt that such people would become sacred kings in the future. Lin Xian was called the second Fu Hongya. One could imagine how high the evaluation was. However, there was also news that Lin Wuti was definitely not Huang Shusan's match. Yes, his senior brother Fu Hongya was more likely. I heard that the Grand Baron Mansion has sent news that their chief disciple of this generation will make a strong move. Moreover, they're going to behead Lin Wuti. This was getting more and more interesting. The battle between the Grand Prince's Mansion and Peerless City's chief disciple? I'm looking forward to it. Perhaps someone would want to take Lin Wuti's life even before he entered the celestial fate planet. Lin Wuti had offended many major sections. Moreover, the disappearance of the 10 little saints back then was related to him. How could the sacred city be willing to accept this? Someone sneered. What's going on? Are they going to make a move? Did you get some insider information? Those people discussed excitedly. On the other side, Aqua Sky City was also nervous. What should we do? It seems that they're going to make a move on us. Damn it, are these people crazy? Are they going to send out a little saint? What should we do? Wang Xiaofeng and the others were also very nervous. Chapter 38:26. Lin Xian also frowned. After he came back, the news about him spread around. This was nothing to him because it was not the first time he caused the world to exclaim. However, the news that came out made him treat it seriously. Some news said that some saint cities would join hands to capture him and ask about the whereabouts of the missing minor saints. Those were minor saints. Even in the saint cities, they were the core strength. It was not easy to cultivate one. Now that 10 of them had disappeared, these saint cities could not bear it. Indeed, there was a mysterious force in Thunder God City, Demon City, and Golden Crow Clan, saying that they wanted to join hands to capture Lin Xian. Who was this force? Outsiders did not know. 10 days later, the people of Demonic Palace returned with a smile on their faces. They had convinced those people that they would join hands to capture Lin Wuti. Hearing those words, a smile appeared on the Fiend Palace's protector's face. Demon Girl felt incredulous. She asked, "Protectors, is it really so easy to succeed? Will these people believe us?" Ying, you are too naive. Do you really think they are doing this just for the 4 minor saints? They want to get Lin Wuti's secret. Yes, Lin Wuti had only joined the saint cities for a few years, but he was already so powerful. He must have had a peerless divine ability that was not weaker than the great desolation scripture. Who wouldn't want such an inheritance? Indeed, Lin Wuti was too strong. He could fight against the heavens. Killing people who were 4 realms higher was not a problem for him. This was definitely a peerless inheritance. Therefore, these experts of the saint cities were all thinking about the inheritance. This was the main reason why they took action. As for asking about the 4 minor saints, it was just a superficial lie. After all, they had to have a legitimate reason to take action. But don't worry, Lin Wuti will be ours in the end. Everything he has and his secrets will belong to our demonic palace. These people revealed a devilish smile. On this day, a major event happened in the moon world. Thunder God City, Demon City, Golden Crow Clan, and New Moon Clan joined hands, forming an army and charging towards Lin Wuti's residence. They locked down Lin Wuti's residence. This matter immediately caused a stir in the entire world, and everyone knew about it. Quick, go and take a look. Something big has happened. Were these sacred cities really going to attack Lin Wudi? Had they brought forward the Saint War? They were truly stunned. The way they saw it, Lin Wudi would be captured and assassinated after they entered celestial fate. But he hadn't expected that the holy cities would make their move 2 months before the heavenly fate star would open. This time, the people on the 4 moons gathered again. They wanted to see what would happen to Lin Wudi. After all, such a character was simply too dazzling. If he matured, he would be like the sun in the sky. If he died, the entire starfield would sigh. Lin Xian and the others were also nervous in their mansion, as if they were facing a great enemy. Damn it, they really did it. Shui Tiancheng, Shi Bufan, and the others were incomparably shocked. The Crimson Dragon roared, "This was going too far! Kid, let's attack together and kill them." The northern demons also stood up. "Brother Lin, we will fight you until the end." Lin Xian frowned. No, it seemed that the enemy had sent out a few minor saints. It was obvious that they wanted to kill him. He couldn't lose his life for nothing. Indeed, the minor saints were too strong for them. If the minor saints attacked, they wouldn't be able to stop them, unless they cooperated with Black Mountain and the Grand Sage Tower to kill them. But last time it was a secret move. It was his trump card, and he didn't want to reveal it. Moreover, there were other armies besides the minor saints this time. There was no way they could stop the minor saints, let alone kill them. There was only one plan left, and that was to ask for help from Peerless City. Did they really think that they didn't have any minor saints on their side? Next, Lin Xian began to send a message to Peerless City, explaining the situation on his side. Then they began to wait patiently. Outside the mansion, there was a huge army. Each of them was like a devil god, exuding an unparalleled aura. There were even more onlookers around. They were 100,000 miles away, and they didn't dare to come closer. Once the battle broke out, they would retreat even further. This distance was nothing to them. They could clearly see everything that was happening in front of them. In front of them, the people of Thunder God City, Myriad Demon City, Golden Crow Clan, and New Moon Clan were gathered together. A young genius of Thunder God City jumped out and sneered. "Lin Wudi, get out here." His voice was like thunder, causing everyone's scalp to go numb. The genius of Thunder God City was too cool. These days they were suppressed by Lin Wudi to the point that they couldn't breathe. Lin Wudi was too dazzling, and they couldn't resist him at all. They didn't expect that they would finally get the chance. So what if Lin Wudi was a genius? After today, there would be no Lin Wudi in this world. "Lin Wudi, are you deaf? Get out here." The genius of Thunder God City shouted crazily, trying to vent his anger. On the other side, the people of New Moon Clan also jumped out. "What's wrong? Weren't you very powerful before? Why are you acting like a coward now? Lin Wudi, come out. Tell us what happened in the past, and we'll spare your life." The people of Myriad Demon City also came out and sneered. The experts of Golden Crow Clan harumphed. "Come out and kneel down. Let us collect your soul, and we'll spare your life. Otherwise, we'll take action and judge you. You'll die without a doubt." In the distance, those people felt their scalps go numb. Although Lin Wudi was strong, he couldn't fight against so many Saint Realm experts. Moreover, there were a few minor saints this time. This Lin Wudi wouldn't be able to escape this time. However, no matter how many people shouted, no one came out from the mansion. Only the formation shrouded everything. "Not coming out? Do you think we can't do anything to you if you don't come out?" Jean Patian walked out with a ferocious look in his eyes. To be honest, he had always thought of himself as a genius and didn't put anyone in his eyes. However, the experience in Demonic Palace 2 days ago had given him a huge blow. Facing Huang Shisan's incarnation, he didn't dare to resist. However, the ant in his eyes, Lin Xian, killed Huang Shisan's incarnation in a domineering manner. In comparison, he was completely inferior to Huang Shisan. He couldn't accept it at all. Today, he came here to vent his anger. He harumphed coldly and waved his hand. Monstrous flames swept down and enveloped the formation in an instant. Chapter 38:27. At the same time, a huge crack appeared on the mansion below. "Why don't you dare to come out?" Jean Patien sneered. "Aren't you very powerful? Come out and fight me if you have the guts." He continued to clamor. "I see that you used despicable means to kill Huang, Shursan's incarnation." Right now, he really wanted to slander Lin Xian. He also wanted to deny Lin Xian's battle achievements. That way, he would be able to calm down. Otherwise, wouldn't it mean that he was inferior to Lin Xian? Lin Wuyi? He doesn't even have the courage to confront us. Such a person has no future. The people of the New Moon clan also walked out. The others sneered. Some of them attacked continuously, wanting to capture Lin Xian by force. At the same time, everyone was watching the battle. There were a few terrifying figures in the distance. One of them was the princess of the New Moon clan, Gao Yu. The little maid beside her frowned. This person won't be able to survive. The first prince is really reckless. He actually dares to get involved. Gao Yu's eyes flashed coldly. She asked, "Where are our people? Did they do anything?" The little maid said, "According to your orders, we have warned our people, but no one did anything. However, most of them were just watching." Sure enough, there were some people behind Gao Yu. They were also from the New Moon clan, but they did not attack Lin Xian, because Gao Yu did not allow it. The ones who attacked were the first prince of the New Moon clan and his people. The first prince was the one who killed Gao Yu. However, his plan was ruined by Lin Xian. Hence, the first prince hated Lin Xian. Now that there was a chance to kill Lin Xian, the first prince did not hesitate to attack. Behind Gao Yu, an elder frowned. "Princess, do you really think this kid is good? This is a situation where death is certain. I don't know if he can survive, but I know that this kid is very strange. Moreover, he saved me before. We also promised him that we will not attack him again. Hence, whether he is dead or alive, we have to keep our promise." The people from the surrounding holy cities attacked the mansion below in a frenzy. They didn't kill him in one blow, but kept attacking. It seemed like they wanted to create tension and force the person inside to come out. It was like a cat playing with a mouse. They wanted to play each other to death. Rumbling sounds rang out from the mansion as a terrifying aura filled the air. The faces of the people from Peerless City turned ugly. Eldest senior brother, let's fight it out with them. Even senior brother Lin had to kill his way out and fight them to the death. These people gritted their teeth. The other party was too despicable. It was obvious that they did not put Wushuang City in their eyes. In Water Sky City, Shibu Fan, Wang Xiaofeng, and the others also looked at Lin Xian. "Senior brother Lin, as long as you give the order, we will do our best." The North Demon and the Crimson Dragon couldn't take it anymore. "Kid, show them what you're made of." Lin Xian frowned. His expression was extremely solemn. These people didn't even dare to breathe loudly in front of him. They were suppressed by him to the point that they couldn't even lift their heads. But now they dared to be so arrogant in front of him. What did this mean? This meant that the other party was very confident. They were trying to provoke him. "Don't go out first. Wait here for the people from Saint City to arrive. Ruffian Dragon, you should set up more formations as well." Hearing this, the people from Water Sky City said that they were going to let these people continue being arrogant. The dark rainbow godly dragon was angry too. "That's right, kid. I can't take this lying down. Naturally, I won't let them continue being arrogant. However, these people are here for me. I can't drag you into danger. Wait here. I'll go out and meet them." But senior brother Lin, those people still wanted to say something. Lin Xian turned his head and said, "All right, since I'm the head disciple and you're willing to listen to me, you have to listen to my orders now. Just stay in the mansion. Don't worry. They can't kill me. Also, the people from Wushuang City will be here soon. When the time comes, we'll counterattack." Buzz. Lin Xian walked out. What should we do? Gui Li and the people from Water Sky City looked at each other. Bei Yao said, "You guys should listen to Brother Lin. Since he said so, he should be confident. Ruzalong, hurry up and set up the formations. We can wait, but when it's time to attack, we can't be careless." Outside, the clamor continued. The most arrogant ones were the people from Thunder God City. Their genius Lei Chong and top genius Lei Qian had died in the hands of the other party. This made them so angry that their lungs were about to explode. Now, they naturally wanted to take revenge. A genius from Thunder God City stood in the void like a thunder god, looking down at the mansion below. He sneered, "What, Lin Wudi? You still don't dare to come out? How disappointing. What happened to your arrogant attitude in the past? Weren't you insufferably arrogant and crushing your peers? Now that we're here, you don't dare to come out? Thunder God City is too arrogant." The people in the distance whispered. Some people said, "I know that person. His nickname is Sword of Lightning. His sword skills are superb, with an incomparably violent aura. He was also a fifth heavenly layer genius. Lin Wudi couldn't come out. Didn't he see that there were so many experts around? There were even small saints. If he dared to come out, he would definitely die." Everyone was discussing. However, they didn't know that Lin Xian had already come out and was hiding in the void. At this moment, Lin Xian stared at Sword of Lightning, his eyes emitting a biting, cold, killing intent. He had seen this person before. When he was in Sky Demon-covered region, Lin Xian had provoked him in Desolate 13th Incarnation. He didn't expect that Lin Xian wouldn't dare to make a move now. Sword of Lightning still didn't know that Lin Xian had come and caught up with him. At this moment, he had a cold and arrogant smile on his face. "Lin Wudi, it's fine if you don't come out. You must have relatives and friends, right? You must have senior brothers and sisters. When those people come to this world, I'll cut off their heads one by one. At that time, I'll see if you dare to come out or not. All of these people died because of you." Speaking of this, his body emitted a ferocious killing intent. When the others heard this, their scalps went numb. This was too ruthless. He was going to kill them all. Lin Xian's eyes also emitted a biting, cold killing intent. This person had touched his reverse scale. Therefore, he didn't hold back anymore. He was ready to attack. With a stomp of his foot, he instantly turned into a stream of light and rushed forward, emitting an incomparable light. In an instant, he arrived in front of Sword of Lightning. Sword of Lightning was still sneering before, but when he saw the figure in front of him, it was golden like a god of war. He was scared out of his wits. "Lin Wudi, how dare you come out?" He was so scared that he peed his pants. Chapter 38:28. The reason why he dared to stand here was because he had bet that Lin Wudi wouldn't dare to come out. With so many minor saints here, Lin Wudi would definitely die if he came out. However, he didn't expect that Lin Wudi would dare to come out and attack him. Run. Although Sword of Lightning was arrogant before, he didn't even have the courage to fight Lin Wudi now. He turned around and turned into a sword light, trying to escape. How could Lin Xian let him escape? He waved his fists, unleashing an unparalleled aura. That surge of energy shattered the lightning sword's body into pieces. Even his soul was burned by the 9 suns' divine fire. Arg! With a scream, Sword of Lightning was destroyed. This sudden turn of events caused everyone to be stupefied. The people from other sacred cities were stunned. Those who were watching from afar were also stunned. Who did it? They turned their heads and looked over. The next moment, exclamations were heard. "Lin Wudi, it's actually you. Heavens, he still dares to come out. No way, isn't he too strong? He killed a genius of Thunder God City in front of the experts of Thunder God City." Everyone sucked in a cold breath. Lin Xian stepped on Sword of Lightning's corpse and sneered. "Why? Weren't you very arrogant before? You want to kill me and my friends. Why don't you try?" When he spoke, The killing intent on his body was incomparable. Damn brat, you're courting death. The people of Thunder God City have gone crazy. Another genius from their side had fallen, and it was done by Lin Wudy. All of a sudden, these people rushed up, emitting an unparalleled killing intent. Terrifying lightning interweaved between heaven and earth. It was a scene of destruction. Lin Xian roared, "Let's see who dares to move." The people of Thunder God City were disdainful at first. They had to kill Lin Wudy today. But soon, they realized that something was wrong. A terrifying aura suddenly emerged from the mansion below. Although it wasn't obvious, it made the minor saints shudder. Wait, the minor saints of Thunder God City waved their hands and stopped the group. Those geniuses did not know what was going on. However, when they looked down at the mansion below, they could feel their hair standing on end. There was no reason for it. They were just terrified. Damn it. What exactly was in the mansion below? The people of the Thousand Demon City, the Golden Crow tribe, and the New Moon clan were also dumbstruck. In the distance, those people were also stunned. Thunder God City's people actually didn't make a move. Why did they suddenly become so careful? An expert snorted coldly. Couldn't they feel that Lin Xian's residence was different? There was an extremely terrifying aura coming from it. Could it be that Peerless City's top fighters had already arrived at Lin Wudy's side? That was very likely the case. Otherwise, why would Lin Wudy chase him out? The people of Thunder God City were bewildered. One of the elders gritted his teeth and said, "Could it be that the elders of Peerless City had come?" The aura below was naturally released by Heishan. Lin Xian wanted to play the empty fort strategy to stall for time. As long as the experts from Wushuang City arrived, he would be able to relax. Before that, he wanted to hold off so many experts alone. No, this time only the younger generation came. Why? You guys don't want to fight? Come on then. I'll take it alone. If I take a step back, I'm not Lin Wudy. Lin Xian waved his hand, looking very domineering. Damn it, there's a trap. The experts of Thunder God City frowned. No one was fearless of death, not even Lin Wudy. There must be something wrong with the other party's action. If they made a move, they would give the experts of Peerless City a chance to take action. This time, the expert who came was very unusual. Perhaps he was an extremely terrifying existence among the small saints. If they really let such an existence take action, they would be in trouble. Kid, do you think we'll jump into your trap just because you want us to? What an idiot. That's right. How could we fall into your trap? The people of Thunder God City and Thousand Demon City sneered. Oh, not going to take action? Lin Xian also smiled. Then why are you guys here? Weren't you guys very arrogant before, asking me to kneel down and take it back? Now that I'm here, why aren't you guys taking action? Lin Xian looked around and stared at the people of Thousand Demon City. Since you guys aren't taking action, then I'll take action. You were the one who wanted to kill me just now. After saying that, Lin Xian turned into a stream of light and rushed out again. It was too sudden. No one expected that Lin Xian would start a massacre again. Damn it, how dare you! This time the people of Thousand Demon City roared, "Hurry up and take action!" Those people attacked crazily. However, they realized that it was too late. Lin Xian dodged all the attacks and retreated to his original place. On the side of Thousand Demon City, a powerful demon saint's eyes were wide open. Ah, he was split into two, and his soul was instantly extinguished. The broken corpse fell to the ground below, causing the world to sink and turn into the abyss of hell. Another one died. These people were crazy. The eyes of the people of Thousand Demon City instantly turned red. Damn it, kill him! In an instant, two people charged over. One of them opened his mouth and stuck out a tongue. The tongue was very red and had a monstrous blood aura. It was extremely terrifying. It was like a sword light between heaven and earth, causing people to tremble involuntarily. It was a toad that had cultivated into a spirit. It had reached the 5th firmament demon sage realm. On the other side was a Tibetan mastiff. It was extremely terrifying. Its terrifying claws covered the sky and the earth, causing people's hair to stand on end. Lin Xian sneered and attacked forcefully. On his fists, there was a biting cold sword light as he slashed out. With one strike, the two people's attacks were destroyed. Then, the two people's bodies were torn apart by the violent energy. How was that possible? Before the two of them died, they couldn't believe that the two of them couldn't stop the other party, even if they joined forces. There were people from the New Moon race who wanted to kill me just now, right? After killing the people of Thousand Demon City, Lin Xian didn't stop. Instead, he turned his head and stared at the person from the New Moon race. The woman from the New Moon race screamed in fright. Her face was pale as she quickly retreated. The people from the New Moon race also rushed over and protected the woman. Damn, kid, try touching one of them. This time, the other party wouldn't dare to make a move with all the protection, right? Lin Xian sneered. I'm going to make a move today. What can you do to me? Suddenly, an unparalleled golden light burst out from his eyes. Ah! The woman who was protected by countless people suddenly hugged her head and screamed in pain, rolling in the air. In the next moment, her body stiffened and she stopped breathing. Dead. Another elite had died. How was that possible? He didn't even make a move. The people from the New Moon race were stunned. They had been guarding against Lin Wuti for a long time, but the other party didn't move at all. It was as if he had killed a level 5 elite on their side with just a glance. Could a glance kill? Chapter 38-29. Damn it, it was an ocular technique. His ocular technique was actually so powerful. An elder screamed. The others were in an uproar, looking at Lin Xian, incomparably terrified. This person was too heaven-defying, a super strong physique, terrifying sword skills, and now even a complaint could crush everything. This was simply a demon king, sweeping through everything. Quickly protect him. The people on the Golden Crow tribe's side also moved quickly, protecting the person who provoked them previously. At the same time on their bodies, golden flames surged into the sky, forming a sun that suspended above their heads, protecting that person's soul as well. This time, let's see what you can do. With layers of protection, Lin Wuti could not get close at all. Moreover, the soul was also protected. Even if he used an ocular technique, it would probably have no effect this time. Everyone thought that Lin Wuti would not make a move again. Looking at the other party's appearance as if they were facing a great enemy, Lin Xian smiled. This is your capital to be arrogant. Facing me alone, you are so cowardly. You also dare to be arrogant in front of me? Do you think that I can't kill him if you protect him? If I want to kill someone, even the heavens can't stop me. Lin Xian sneered. This time, he did not use an ocular technique, but cast stellar transposition. A strange power quietly surged forward. With a clang, a person beside that man suddenly unsheathed a long blade and slashed over. With a miserable cry, that person was struck, blood instantly dyed red. Damn it! The Golden Crow tribe's side was in a panic, not knowing what the saint had done. Good opportunity. Lin Xian snorted coldly and cast stellar transposition. Immediately, the Golden Crow sun, condensed by these people, suddenly descended. It enveloped that man. Boom! He smashed his head into pieces. The headless corpse fell down. The soul also burned to ashes in the raging fire. No. Damn it. How is this possible? I don't believe it. The people on the Golden Crow tribe's side were splashed with blood. Their faces were full of horror. What method was this? Those people in the distance were also in an uproar. Did he use an ocular technique? No, it's not an ocular technique, especially when that long blade was unsheathed. Why do I feel that there is a spy within the Golden Crow tribe? What if he killed his own people? These people discussed animatedly with fear on their faces. This kind of inexplicable death made them very uneasy. As soon as Lin Xian came out, he killed the 4 powerhouses in a domineering manner. These people who had once provoked him had all died at his hands. "Do you want to continue fighting with me, or do you want to scram?" His eyes were filled with killing intent. Damn it! Damn it! Lei Shencheng and the people from the Demon City gritted their teeth in anger. The people of the Golden Crow clan and the New Moon clan looked even more ferocious. They had charged in aggressively, and they should have been able to capture the other party easily. Who would have thought that the other party would be completely unharmed? On the other hand, they had lost 4 experts. This was simply unimaginable. What to do? These people were communicating with each other through voice transmission. They wished they could attack immediately. Don't be rash. The aura of the mansion below is very strange. It might be a holy venerate. If there really is such a person and he finds a reason to attack, none of us will be able to leave alive. There's no need to rush. We've already sent people down to investigate. We'll know whether or not there are any experts soon. The people from the Demon City said. The others were also discussing. They were waiting anxiously. Not long after, the eyes of the people from the Demon City suddenly burst with a piercing, cold light. They had investigated clearly. There were no experts below. This kid was deliberately mystifying. Kill him. The people of the Golden Crow clan and the New Moon clan were shocked. How did the Demon City know? Suddenly, the people of the Thunder God City were shocked. Could it be that void beast? They knew that the people from the Demon City were all from the Demon Clan. Many of them had strange abilities. For example, there was a void divine beast that could hide in the void and investigate everything. Perhaps it was that void divine beast that had discovered the situation below. Thinking of this, they all laughed. That's great. Lin Wudi, go to hell. Deliberately mystifying. Do you think you can be saved like this? These people erupted with unparalleled killing intent that swept in all directions. Lin Xian was instantly enveloped. Kill! Jean Patian roared and charged over. He had long been unable to bear it. The other party actually dared to kill the people of the Golden Crow clan. Unforgivable. Get lost. Lin Xian snorted coldly, and a domineering force surged from his body like a peerless beast. Jean Patian slapped out with both palms, colliding with Lin Xian's power. In the next moment, he was sent flying and his palms were split open. How could he be so strong? Golden heaven-crushing sword was astonished. He was extremely confident in his own body. The body and flame power of the Golden Crow clan were enough to burn everything, but now he was injured by the other party. Moreover, what frightened him even more was that the other party was still going to attack. Lin Xian succeeded in his attack and attacked aggressively. He wanted to kill Jean Patian, but soon he turned into a Kuan Peng and dodged quickly. Fortunately, he changed his direction. A large golden hand reached out and burned the void where he was originally. A small saint of the Golden Crow clan. Damn it. Lin Xian's pupils constricted. Suddenly, he felt a chill run down his spine. He instantly entered the Grand Sage Tower. With a clang, the Grand Sage Tower was sent flying, trembling continuously. The 9 heavens and 10 lands were collapsing. Lin Xian was inside. His face was pale, and his eyes were filled with killing intent. It was another small saint. Yes, it was a small saint from Thunder God City. The small saint's face was extremely cold. What kind of Dharma treasure was it that blocked his attack? He stared at the tower between heaven and earth. They originally thought that it would not be easy to take down the other party if they worked together. However, the other party suddenly changed his direction and dodged the attack of the Golden Crow clan, Small Saint. Then he hid in the tower and blocked the attack of the Thunder God Small Saint. This was simply unbelievable. A small saint could kill a level 4 ant with just a glance. How could the other party survive until now? This person had a lot of secrets and treasures. He had to get his hands on him. At this moment, the small saints attacked crazily with fire in their hearts. The great sage pagoda trembled uncontrollably and rolled far away. However, it was not damaged at all. This made the others even more jealous. This was definitely a top St. Chi treasure. Hurry up and capture him. Below in the mansion, the people waited nervously. Suddenly, their pupils constricted. Oh no, these people are attacking. Could it be that we've been discovered? The expressions of the northern demon and the others changed drastically. The crimson dragon slammed down. Kill! He rushed out, and the array he had set up exploded. Terrifying sword chi, saber light, flames, and all kinds of acquired energy surged over instantly and engulfed a small saint. The small saint sneered. You can't hurt me at all. His body shone with boundless light, and his law surged, knocking away all the energy. Then he pointed a finger at the crimson dragon. Chapter 38:30. The crimson dragon's hair stood on end. He swung his tail and dodged the attack. That violent energy still caused him intense pain all over his body. Damn it, if I become a minor saint, I will roast all of you and eat you. Old thing, if you can't kill me, then kill your disciples and grand-disciples. The crimson dragon roared angrily and attacked the other people from the saint city. Those people were also frantically trying to defend themselves. For a moment, screams filled the air as all kinds of strange energy erupted. Retreat! Those people in the distance retreated frantically. They did not expect that a great battle would break out in an instant. They retreated a few million miles away. The void in front of them had completely sunk. Humph! How dare a bunch of young ants fight against us? The little saint of the Jinwu clan sneered. His eyes shone with golden light. The monstrous flames caused Shui Tiancheng and the others to retreat frantically. They were no match for him. An illusion of a divine technique appeared on the northern demon's body. The tree branches enveloped Shui, Tiancheng, Wang Xiaofeng, and the others, healing their injuries and providing them with strong vitality. At the same time, he quickly transmitted his voice. Master, aren't you going to make a move? There's no need for me to make a move. The people of Wushuang City are here. Black Mountain turned into a stream of light and disappeared between heaven and earth. The northern demon was stunned for a moment. Then his face was filled with joy. In the next moment, the void shattered. Countless formations formed a spatial gate, and a few figures rushed out from it. How dare you attack my Wushuang City? You've gone too far. Kill. After the few figures came down, they were extremely angry. They attacked crazily and blocked the little saints. There are elders. The experts are here. In Water Sky City, Sherbufan, Ghostly, and the others exclaimed, This is great. The little saints are no longer a threat. Kill them. These people rushed forward. The Crimson Dragon controlled all kinds of formations to assist these people in the battle. At the same time, he also rushed toward an expert of the Lightning God realm, killing in all directions. The Dragon Clan's divine ability was extremely powerful. It tore apart a person's body in an instant. The person's internal organs were destroyed, and half of his body was swallowed by the Crimson Dragon. Crawling snake, go to hell! On the Demon City's side, a demon beast rushed over and blasted the Crimson Dragon with a violent force, sending the Crimson Dragon flying. However, he returned with an even more powerful stance. You're the snake. This daddy wants you to kneel. He roared, and a terrifying power surged out. The demonic beast's pupils shrank. What kind of power was this? Why was his soul trembling? This was bad. This person's bloodline was much stronger than his. He turned around and fled. The dark red holy dragon spat out a dragon flame and burned it to ashes. Goei Li, Zishui Tiancheng, and the others joined the battle too. However, as they had just joined the sacred city, they were unable to compete with the experienced geniuses of the other sacred cities. For a moment, They also received attacks and counterattacks. Fortunately, the formations set up by the Crimson Dragon were very profound and could assist them. This time around, Peerless City had also sent some second-generation disciples to lead them on a killing spree. Lin Xian was even more powerful. Without the threat of a minor saint, he left the Grand Sage Tower and began to plunder his targets. Buzz. He came in front of the person closest to him. The person was terrified. "No, don't kill me. I'm not here to target you." Before he could finish his words, he was slapped into a bloody mist. This was a genius of the New Moon Clan, who was instantly killed by Lin Xian. Lin Xian pulled out the unparalleled sword and the great destruction spear. With a swing of his sword, he split the expert of Myriad Demon City in half. With another swing, he sent a genius of the Golden Crow clan flying. That genius was torn into pieces. The miserable sound made one's scalp tingle. Thousands of miles away, everyone was terrified. They didn't dare to go. However, they could still see the situation in front of them through the formation. Had a big fight already started? The experts of Peerless City had arrived. The minor saints were stopped. Lin Wudi was about to start a massacre. They were stunned. Originally, it was a siege against Lin Xian. However, it was no longer like that now. Lin Xian would probably kill all the people of the sacred city. Sure enough, Lin Xian was like a demonic god walking in the void. Wherever he passed, he would kill all gods and Buddhas that stood in his way. No one could block a single strike from him. The power of the great dragon sword spirit filled his entire body, causing his every move to be incomparably violent. At this moment, Lin Xian's heart was overflowing with killing intent. How could he hold back? Buzz. Suddenly there was a loud noise. Wang Xiaofeng vomited blood and was sent flying. There was a lot of frost around her. However, the two experts of the Golden Crow clan began to attack her. In an instant, she fell into an extremely dangerous situation. Kill! Lin Xian tore through the void and came to Wang Xiaofeng's side. Buzz! The great destruction spear and the unparalleled sword flew out together, splitting the two experts of the Golden Crow clan. The great dragon sword soul kept roaring, charging at the bodies and souls of the two experts, killing them directly. Too strong. Everyone's hair stood on end. The minor saints were even crazier. How dare you? They were all frightened. The strength of the other party was beyond their expectations. They reckoned that the people they brought with them were no match for the other party. Other than them, only the chief disciples or the extremely heaven-defined geniuses could contend against the other party. Damn it, I'm going to kill you. Jean Patien rushed over again. He transformed into his true form, a huge golden crow, and dove down. The claws emitted a cold metallic light that was comparable to a divine weapon. Boom! Lin Xian attacked. Violent energy erupted and sent Jean Patien flying again. One of the huge claws was destroyed, while the other was cut down. Jean Patien screamed. Lin Xian did not pursue him. Instead, he went to the side of the New Moon clan. Sword Qi swept across, cutting a few of them in half. At the same time, he activated his eye technique, the Blue Sea Holy Tide. Terrifying light swept out in all directions like a tide. In an instant, countless people in the sky screamed and fell from the sky. One person sweeping away thousands of troops as if he was invincible. He looked down on everyone. In the distance, those people were completely stunned. The elders of the New Moon clan and the little maid were also shocked. It can't be. He can really do it. The little maid was terrified. The elders also frowned. It seemed like the people on the first prince's side were in trouble. However, there were also people who were unhappy. No matter what, those people were their clansmen. They were the New Moon clan's people. How could they be willing to be slaughtered mercilessly at this moment? Princess, do you want me to save him? One of them asked. Gao Yu snorted coldly. Have you forgotten who sent the human world to kill me? You want to save him? Gao Yu turned around and stared at the middle-aged man. Her eyes were filled with killing intent. Yes, I know. The middle-aged man's scalp went numb and he retreated. However, Gao Yu's gaze did not move away from him. 16th Elder, I've always been suspicious of how the first prince could know my whereabouts and control it so accurately. It seems like we have a spy on our side. Don't you think so? Chapter 38-31. 16th Elder broke out in a cold sweat when he heard this. He knelt on the ground with a thud. Princess, I'm definitely not a traitor. Is that so? Take him away for interrogation and search his soul. I think we'll know who the traitor is, right? Men, take down Elder 16 for me. The surrounding experts immediately attacked. 16th Elder wanted to resist, but he was pressed to the ground in an instant. The laws in his body were sealed, and he couldn't use any power at all. Princess, spare me, 16th Elder exclaimed. Gao Yu snorted and took him away for interrogation. He had long suspected that there was something wrong with them. There must be a spy planted by the first prince. Now he finally found him. Gao Yu turned her head and looked into the distance. This has nothing to do with us. If the first prince wants to make a move, let him do it. I want to see how long he can be smug. Listen up, from today onwards, no one from our branch is allowed to be enemies with Lin Wudi. Those who violate will be killed without mercy. Yes, Princess, we understand. The people of the New Moon, Lord, lowered their heads. In fact, even without Gao Yu's reminder, they didn't dare to provoke Lin Xian anymore. He was too strong. At this moment, more than a dozen Fifth Heaven experts had fallen at his hands, and it was still going on. The people of the Holy City were crazy. Their hearts were bleeding. Although they were the Holy City with tens of thousands of years of heritage, they had a strong foundation. But they couldn't afford to lose so much. Moreover, if they died on the Destiny Star, it would be bearable. After all, there was danger in going against the heavens to snatch treasures. But now, the Destiny Star hadn't even opened, and so many of their geniuses had fallen. How could they bear it? They fought back crazily. Some even wanted to attack and kill Lin Xian. But this time Wushuang City sent a few small saint elders and a few core disciples of the second generation. They were abnormally strong. One of them was the third disciple of the second generation. He was called Soul Chaser, and his strength was abnormally terrifying. Under his leadership, the other experts of the Holy City couldn't care less about attacking. They could only protect themselves. Seeing that Lin Xian was about to kill and sweep away everything. However, at this moment, an unforeseen event occurred. The ground below was originally shattered and sunken, but suddenly a few black pillars of light shot out from the mountain of corpses and sea of blood. It pierced through heaven and earth. One after another, there were a total of 72 streaks covering the sky and hiding the earth, shocking everyone. The unparalleled aura shocked them even more. Damn it, what's going on? Did these people from Wushuang City set up another shocking array? The people of Peerless City were also stunned. Was it set up by their senior brother's friends? Many people had forgotten about the Crimson Dragon. The Crimson Dragon said, "Wow, it's not me. Could it be the guy from Black Mountain?" Wasn't this a little too extravagant? Before he could finish his words, the sky suddenly darkened, and streak after streak of starlight poured down. A total of 36 streaks of starlight shrouded the entire sky. 36 celestial dippers and 72 earthly fiends. What was this? Many of the little saints were terrified. They frantically retreated. This formation was too extraordinary, containing the profound mysteries of heaven and earth. It was unknown who set it up. Was it to surround and kill them? It was as if they were facing a great enemy. Lin Xian was also stunned. What a powerful formation. It seemed that those holy cities were doomed. He wanted to chase after them with the little saints. However, as soon as he flew into the sky, a streak of starlight shrouded him. Immediately after, 36 streaks of starlight formed a chain and bound him. What was going on? Was it targeted at Lin Wudy? At this moment, everyone was stunned. Who was it? It was not Thunder God City, nor was it Demon City. Then who was it? The expressions of the powerhouses of Peerless City changed drastically. They attacked frantically. However, at this moment, 36 celestial spirits and 72 earthly spirits worked together and directly shrouded Lin Xian. Then, 9 streaks of starlight were torn apart and disappeared. What was going on? Lin Wudy disappeared. At this moment, heaven and earth shook. No one knew who did it. Lin Xian was suppressed by this force. He also felt that the situation was not good. The great dragon sword soul in his body circulated and attacked several times, but it did not break through. One could imagine how terrifying the formation was. Who was it? Who wanted to capture him? Thunder God City, Demon City, the Golden Crow clan, or the New Moon clan? No matter how he thought about it, he felt that it was unlikely. Because if these people had such terrifying means, they would have used it from the beginning. Why wait until after he killed so many elites? Who was it? Could it be that there were still hidden enemies? In an instant, he thought of the human realm. However, he also felt that something was not right. If the human realm wanted to kill him, they should have killed him on the spot. While he was thinking, he felt that the array formation around him was rumbling, as if it had undergone a change. Could it be that someone was going to appear? He was secretly vigilant. Even though he was bound, Lin Xian wasn't afraid at all. He had the great dragon sword soul in his body and some trump cards. He wanted to see who dared to attack him. Around him, the black pillars of light disappeared, and the starlight in the sky gradually gathered, forming 36 chains and 72 runes that attached to his body and sealed his power. However, Lin Xian could already see the surrounding scene clearly. The next moment he was dumbfounded. Where was this? He was too shocked. The black mountain range, the black trees, everything carried a monstrous demonic aura. This was the Sky Demon Overturn region. Why was he here? Could it be that the people of the Sky Demon Palace saved him? Soon he saw many people walking over. They were all people of the Sky Demon Palace. He saw the witch and Emoku. He was about to greet them, but the witch's expression was cold. Take them away. She waved her hand, and soon the people of the Sky Demon Palace suppressed Lin Xian and flew into the distance. Lin Xian's heart instantly sank. What was going on? From the looks of it, it wasn't the people from the demonic palace who saved him, but the people from the demonic palace who sealed him. He had never offended the Sky Demon Palace. Moreover, the other party had been very friendly to him before. Why would they suddenly capture him? Damn it! Was the other party plotting to steal something from him? Thinking about it, the only thing that could arouse the interest of the Sky Demon Palace was the great spear of destruction in Lin Xian's hands. Or could it be that the matter of him killing the great demon had failed, and the Sky Demon Palace and the great demon clan had a relationship? He did not know. Soon he was suppressed by the crowd and came to the front. There was a floating palace in front of him, emitting a mysterious aura. The Sky Demon Palace. This time, Lin Xian was shocked again. What was the other party planning? Reporting to the Guardian, the person has been brought here. The witch knelt on one knee and said respectfully. The door of the Sky Demon Palace opened. For figures that could not be any older walked out. These 4 people were like zombies, making one's scalp tingle. For living fossils and abnormally terrifying. They were extremely terrifying experts of the Sky Demon Palace. Lin Xian's heart sank. Although he had a trump card, would he be able to succeed against such powerful people? Chapter 38-32. The 4 protectors moved like ghosts, floating over to Lin Xian's side. They circled Lin Xian and sized him up continuously. Furthermore, they nodded and revealed satisfied smiles. Very good, very good. You are truly the best in the world. Lin Xian felt goosebumps all over his body from being stared at. Do these four old fellows have some special hobbies? Do they want to do something special to me? Lin Xian felt somewhat disgusted. Why are you all capturing me? Is your celestial demon palace prepared to bear the consequences of capturing me? Lin Xian's voice was piercingly cold. Little doll, stop struggling. I know that you have many trump cards, and even some incredible secrets. However, it is useless. This time, the experts of our celestial demon palace are all out. Not to mention you, we can even capture a holy venerate. Just cooperate with us obediently and avoid some physical pain. We are giving you a great opportunity. You should be grateful to us. After Lin Xian heard that, he felt extremely startled. This time, the other party had the strength to capture a holy venerate. Damn it! What are these people trying to do? What opportunity? I don't need it. I am different from you, celestial demon palace people. I am not a member of the demon race. I do not need your opportunities. Brat, stop hiding. Do you really think that we cannot tell that you have the great destruction spear? You should be this generation's great demon inheritor, right? One of the protectors revealed a gaze that seemed to control the world. It was like he had seen through all of Lin Xian's secrets. Lin Xian felt stunned. What's going on? Was I misunderstood? Damn! This great demon even made me take the blame for his death. Does your celestial demon palace have a grudge with the great demon race? There is no grudge. However, you are pretty good and very suitable for us. Don't worry. We will make you an existence even more horrifying than the great demon inheritor. At that time, you will be respected by all demons. The eyes of the four elders shone with startling light. The other celestial demon palace people also became excited. Bring him in. The four protectors personally grabbed Lin Xian's limbs and carried him into the celestial demon palace. The doors of the Sky Demon Hall slowly opened. The four protectors led Lin Xian in. Then the heavy door closed. Lin Xian was shocked. What did these four old monsters want to do with him? At the same time, he was surprised. This was his first time in the demonic palace. The last time he was here, he had only been outside the city walls, and he had already felt an inconceivable power. Now that he had entered, he wondered what kind of place he would be in. Moreover, what made him even more curious was what kind of secret was hidden within. As soon as he entered, Lin Xian was stunned. The aura within the palace was simply too terrifying. All sorts of great Taos of heaven and earth floated up and down. The divine chains of laws turned into rainbows that circled around him. This place was simply a paradise on earth. Lin Xian was too shocked. He remembered that Aqua Sky City once said that the Sky Demon Palace was a very mysterious palace in ancient times. However, it was later obtained by a powerful demon and transformed into the Sky Demon Palace. Now that he had come in, it was indeed extraordinary. The four protectors were expressionless. They stepped on the great Tao Golden Lotus and walked inside. Along the way, Lin Xian was even more shocked because he discovered that on both sides of the Sky Demon Palace, countless great Taos interweaved and carried many weapons. Those were all sacred artifacts. A golden long saber emitted an incomparably dazzling light. There was also a dark red long sword dripping with blood that pierced through the void. A fan emitted multicolored light. Endless laws surrounded it and floated there. There were all kinds of terrifying scenes on it, as if a peerless beast was sleeping. A bell was incomparably mysterious. It automatically emitted a sound like the sound of an immortal from the 9 heavens, mysterious and unfathomable. These were all extremely terrifying sacred artifacts. Now, they were actually floating here. The Sky Demon Palace was indeed the core place of the demon race. There were really too many treasures inside. Even Lin Xian was extremely jealous. Moreover, he discovered that in addition to these sacred artifacts, there were all kinds of rare materials. Some of them had been extinct for tens of thousands of years, but here they had them. In addition to these, there were all kinds of medicinal herbs and natural treasures. He discovered a few extinct medicinal herbs. If he could get them, he would definitely be able to refine a peerless sacred pill. However, the four protectors did not have any expression at all. They turned into a gust of wind and quickly walked into the main hall. This sky demon palace was very generous. It was as if it was a world of its own. After walking inside, Lin Xian was even more shocked. There were even more treasures here. Moreover, there were piles of nerves. These were all peerless god crystals, and at the center of them all was a statue made of peerless god crystals. When Lin Xian entered, the eyes of the statue actually shone with an incomparably terrifying green light. It was as if two long swords were staring at Lin Xian. Lin Xian instantly felt his hair stand on end. He felt his body stiffen, as if these two gazes could devour him. So scary. What was this? Was this statue still alive? The four protectors also put Lin Xian down. Then the four of them respectfully knelt on the ground and kept worshipping the statue. Greetings to the demon ancestor. The person had been brought here. The demon ancestor. Could this be an ancestor of the demon race? Lin Xian was too shocked. This was definitely the trump card of the Sky Demon Palace. Why would they bring him here? He did not know, but he could see that this ancestor of the demon ancestor was very old. It could be said that his life was already at its end. Even if he was sealed with divine crystals, he would not live for more than a few months. Very well, you can leave. Without my orders, no one can come in. The nerve statue in front of them emitted a spiritual fluctuation. Yes, the four protectors respectfully left, leaving only Lin Xian standing there. After a while, the four protectors completely left the Sky Demon Palace. The green light in the eyes of the nerve statue in front of them suddenly magnified. Like two green suns, they stared at Lin Xian. Good, very good. A super strong physique, and I can feel a pure demonic chi. I heard that your name is Lin Wudi, the top young genius of the second astral realm? Ha 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 ha. The heavens did not destroy me. I finally found the hope of rebirth. In the entire Sky Demon Palace, countless laws were surging. It was too terrifying. This aura could devour everything. Lin Xian was shocked. Who was this person? He had definitely surpassed a small saint. Was he a sacred sovereign? He carefully sensed and was stunned. He was probably more terrifying than a sacred sovereign. Could it be that he was a saint king? What was he trying to do? He was dying, but he had taken a fancy to his body. Lin Xian sucked in a breath of cold air as he thought of something. Possession. This old thing wanted to possess his body and take over his soul. The old ancestor of the demon race was startled and almost got hit by the sword light. He moved some distance away and floated in the void, staring coldly at the great dragon's sword soul. What was that? He was too shocked. The aura coming from the other party was too terrifying. I didn't expect you to have such a treasure in your body. It really surprises me. All right, I'll kill you properly. I won't let you suffer any pain. He turned into a streak of black light and pounced down, while Lin Xian was suppressed. Although he had the great dragon sword spirit and the heavenly secret divine eyes, he was only a sage. An early stage, fourth heaven sage. And the other party was a sage king. The gap between the two was too big. A dead camel was bigger than a horse. A centipede would die, but not fall down. A sage king, even when on the verge of death, could easily kill a sage venerable, not to mention a sage fourth heaven follower. At this moment, Lin Xian felt a great sense of danger. He knew that Heishan couldn't help him. This was a battle of life and death. He had to rely on himself. The great dragon sword spirit and the heavenly secret divine eyes were extremely mysterious. It was impossible for the other party to kill him in a short period of time. Since that was the case, Lin Xian decided to go all out. Old thing, Do you think you can take over my body? Today I'll kill you." Lin Xian was also angry. His eyes were red. The great dragon sword spirit could feel his emotions and kept roaring. The heavenly secret divine eyes had turned blood red. "Useless brat. Although you have treasures, you're too weak. An ant with a divine weapon can't kill a giant dragon. So, you'd better die obediently. Only I can unleash your potential to the limit." The demon ancestor revealed a sinister smile. Lin Xian sneered. "My cultivation is indeed inferior to yours, but you want to kill me? Impossible. Old thing, you've made a fatal mistake. If it was any other place, I might have really been killed by you. But this demonic palace. However, in the demon palace, there are many treasures and treasures piled up like mountains. These are all sources of energy that make me strong. So, I'll let you see who's going to kill who." At this point, Lin Xian roared. The great dragon sword spirit seemed to have a soul and emitted countless dragon-shaped sword chi. These dragon-shaped sword chi turned into dragon claws and grabbed in all directions, rushing out of his body. In an instant, he grabbed all the natural treasures in the demonic palace and refined them with all his might. The great Tao between heaven and earth surged, and lotuses bloomed. All kinds of energy crazily poured into Lin Xian's body. Lin Xian felt that his body was about to explode. Although he was absorbing the great dragon sword spirit, he was still a carrier. In an instant, countless cracks appeared on his body, and blood dyed the 9 heavens red. Lin Xian and Yang Tian roared as he resisted with all his might. "Kill!" The great dragon sword spirit roared. After receiving this energy, it actually recovered temporarily. In fact, such a situation had happened before. Back then, the great dragon sword spirit split opened the nest of 10,000 dragons with a sword. At that time, several sages joined forces. Until now, no one helped. However, Lin Xian could absorb these resources, and the power of the great dragon sword spirit increased again. No, damn it, how is this possible? The demon race's patriarch was also furious. He could feel the power of the dragon sword shadow increasing rapidly, and it was getting stronger and stronger. It could threaten him. He would not allow the other party to do so. He attacked crazily. In the next moment, the two intertwined and fought continuously. At this moment, Lin Xian also activated his Fecta Divine Eyes and locked onto Spring and Autumn. He wanted to lock onto the other party's soul. This was a difficult battle. It was abnormally dangerous. Outside the Demon Palace, the 4 great guardians, the elders of the Demon Palace, and countless geniuses were all waiting there. They looked ahead at the floating palace with nervousness and uneasiness in their eyes. "I wonder how the patriarch is doing?" an elder asked. The others were also discussing, spiritedly. The 4 protectors, on the other hand, said that the old ancestor's strength was exceedingly great, even though he did not have much lifespan left. Although his lifespan was not long, it was not something that a young man could contend against. As soon as these words were said, those people nodded. Indeed, their patriarch was a sage king. Chapter 38-34. The demonic palace was also one of the factions in the holy city, but their situation was very awkward. The old sage king was about to die, but the new sage king had not broken through yet. The 4 protectors were also unable to take that final step. If there was no new sage king to inherit the throne, the demonic palace would be in danger. At best, they would fall out of the holy city, and at worst, they would be replaced by other holy cities. They would kill them and take their resources. This was a crisis of extermination. They had to find a new way. In the end, they found a way, and that was to possess someone. They had to find someone with an extremely powerful bloodline and possess that person. Their old ancestor knew a long-lost demonic technique called the 9 Revolutions Undying Technique. If the physical body withered, they would possess someone else's body. If the soul withered, they would absorb someone else's soul. Then, they would undergo an unbelievable transformation. This way, they could prolong their lifespan and live a second life. Originally, the demonic palace could have chosen a prodigy as the carrier for such a matter. However, the old ancestor of the demonic palace was unwilling to give up. Since he decided to take a gamble, he had to find the best body. Perhaps not only could he obtain a new life, but he could also improve by leaps and bounds. The people of the demonic palace naturally had the same idea. If their old ancestor could improve further, the demonic palace would also sweep through the second astral realm. They might even be able to surpass those holy cities. Therefore, they came up with two plans. They looked for a few young people in the clan as candidates. At the same time, they were crazily searching for the various geniuses outside. Finally, they locked onto Lin Xian and found an unusually pure demonic aura on Lin Xian's body. They even mistook Lin Xian for a great demon. They knew that great demons were extremely terrifying geniuses of the demonic palace. The old ancestor of the demonic palace naturally wanted to occupy such a body. Thus, the scene from before had occurred. Day after day passed, and the people of the demonic palace were somewhat anxious. It had already been 7 days. Why hadn't their old ancestor come out yet? Could it be that something had happened? Impossible. What could have happened to the old ancestor? Perhaps the old ancestor was adapting to that body. They could only comfort themselves with such thoughts. At this moment, a figure stood there motionlessly in the demonic palace. His handsome face was as sharp as a knife. His eyes, however, were filled with chaos without any luster. This person was none other than Lin Xian. A battle of life and death was taking place in his mind. Of course, it was between him and Forefather Celestial. Lin Xian absorbed the surrounding heavenly materials and earthly treasures to provide energy to the great dragon sword soul, allowing him to finally gain the upper hand. However, the celestial fiend Forefather was indeed a saint king. Even though he was on the verge of death, he was still extraordinarily powerful. They were unable to kill him in a short period of time. However, it was fortunate that the sage king did not leave immediately. Instead, he continued to hold on bitterly, wanting to fight back. He longed for this body too much, because it did not have much lifespan left. If he missed this opportunity, he would regret it for the rest of his life. This gave Lin Xian an opportunity. Lin Xian sneered as he activated the great dragon, Sword Soul, with all his might. He was still afraid that the other party would escape. Another 7 days passed. This time, old ancestor Sky Devil was terrified because the power of his opponent's dragonflight sword was increasing. On his side, his soul was getting dimmer and dimmer. It would dissipate at any time. Damn it! He knew that he had underestimated the other party's secret treasure. He wanted to escape. However, how could Lin Xian give him the chance to escape? Lin Xian had already set up layers of defense with his dragon-shaped sword chi. Old ghost, don't you think it's too late to escape now? How dare you possess my body? Today, I will let you know why the flowers are so red. Boom! The great dragon sword soul erupted and slashed forward. Old ancestor Sky Devil's soul was impacted, and he screamed crazily. Damn brat, how dare you hurt me? Do you know who I am? When I dominated the world, your grandfather was not even born yet. Old bastard, don't be so arrogant. You have no strength left. If you still have strength, do you still have to threaten me? Didn't the Sage King's Majesty kill me in seconds? Now that you dare to threaten me, it shows that you are strong on the outside but weak on the inside. Lin Xian sneered and attacked crazily. The dragon roared, and the heavenly secret divine eyes also interfered. After fighting for 3 days, old ancestor Sky Devil screamed again, telling him to stop. Brat, how about I shake hands with you and make peace with you? I won't possess you anymore. Furthermore, I'll give you 1/5 of the celestial demon palace's treasures and let you leave safely. Old ancestor Sky Devil felt that Xiao Chen's offer was already very generous. First, he spared Xiao Chen's life. Then he gave him 1/5 of the treasures. Although it was only 1/5, it was enough to make any holy venerate jealous. Even the sage kings would be envious. After all, the celestial demon palace was the accumulation of the demon race for countless years. However, Lin Xian laughed. "Old thing, you are still so stingy when it comes to saving your life. This young master does not care about 1/5. After I kill you, the entire celestial demon palace will be mine. What do you think I will choose?" "Damn it! How dare you plot against my celestial demon palace's things?" This time, the demon race's old ancestor was truly enraged. Lin Xian snorted coldly. "Why wouldn't I dare? You were the one who plotted against me first. I was just giving you a taste of your own medicine. Old man, I don't have time to talk nonsense with you." Lin Xian activated the great dragon sword soul and unleashed it completely. He wanted to kill the other party in one strike. On the other side, old ancestor Sky Devil was also enraged. He decided to fight with his back to the wall. If he did not succeed, he would die trying. His soul suddenly burned and turned into an old figure. It was a pale demon with a monstrous aura. It fought with the great dragon's sword soul. Outside, the experts of the Celestial Demon Palace were about to collapse from waiting. It had been almost a month. Why hadn't their old ancestor come out yet? Could it be that there was really a problem? They looked at the 4 great protectors. "Should we go in and take a look?" "That's right, protectors. Nothing must go wrong. Otherwise, our celestial demon palace will be finished." The 4 great protectors looked at each other and saw the worry in each other's eyes. However, they still shook their heads. No, the old ancestor said that no one was allowed to go in. Perhaps the old ancestor had other plans. They should wait patiently. They believed in the old ancestor's strength. They had no choice but to wait. They waited for another day. Suddenly, rumbling sounds came from the celestial demon palace in front of them. The 2 demonic doors slowly opened. Rays of light flowed out from inside. The doors opened. The experts of the celestial demon palace raised their heads. Their eyes were burning with passion. Even the 4 great protectors were excited. Did the old ancestor succeed? They hurriedly surrounded him. The sound of footsteps could be heard from inside the celestial demon palace. It was unusually crisp. Then a figure walked out. It was a handsome young man. His black hair reached his waist. His eyes were piercingly cold. There was a sinister smile on his face. "Old ancestor?" The 4 great protectors shouted in bewilderment. Chapter 38-35. Emo Kuin, it feels so good outside. I can finally see this world again. The handsome young man's eyes shone with a cold light. His robes fluttered without any wind, and a monstrous aura surged out. "Ancestor." One of the protectors was so excited that he knelt on the ground because his name was Emo Kuin. Since the other party was able to shout it out, it meant that this was no longer the young man from before. This was their ancestor. Although his body was still the same body, his soul had already changed. It was really the ancestor. The other protectors also knelt. Behind them, the experts of the demonic palace knelt on the ground. "Greetings, ancestor." The ancestor's fortune filled the heavens, and he ruled the galaxy for thousands of generations. The people of the demonic palace were too excited. They could feel the powerful vitality of the figure in front of them. This was their ancestor. It was equivalent to coming back to life. Their demonic palace could finally shine again. The handsome young man raised his head and laughed loudly. His eyes shone with a cold light as he looked down at the demon experts kneeling on the ground. At this moment, he felt like a king descending to the earth. Lin Xian was still shocked. That's right, he was still Lin Xian, although he acted like before and said such strange words. It was because Lin Xian had cut off the soul of the celestial fiend ancestor in the previous battle and forcefully collected it. He knew about the celestial fiend ancestor's life and the demon race. Therefore, only then could he call out the protector's name. The process, this time, was still very dangerous. If he was not careful, he would be killed by the other party. Fortunately, there were too many treasures in the demonic palace. It was enough for the dragon sword soul to continue erupting with power. In addition, the celestial fiend ancestor was really too old. In the end, he succeeded. Not only that, this time, the dragon sword soul absorbed the power, and his body was also cleansed by those heavenly materials and earthly treasures. His soul had also been sublimated, so his cultivation had broken through again, reaching the middle stage of the fourth heaven. It had only been a few years since his last breakthrough. This speed was absolutely heaven-defying. The people outside would probably be scared silly when they found out. However, Lin Xian was still acting like the demon race's ancestor. That was because he was carrying out Black Mountain's plan, which was to impersonate the other party's old ancestor, because this was the only way to survive. Otherwise, if the demonic palace knew that their old ancestor had died in his hands, they would probably hunt him down to the heavens and earth. Therefore, he would continue to act as the ancestor of the demon race, which would be of great benefit to him. First of all, he was the ancestor of the devil race, so he could command the entire demonic palace. What a powerful force this was. In the future, when he faced Lei Shencheng, the Demon City, and the Golden Crow clan, he would not be as passive as before. Furthermore, he could also use the resources in the demonic palace. The resources in the demonic palace were simply too abundant. Therefore, how could Lin Xian miss out on such a great opportunity? Lin Xian looked at the group of demon race experts, kneeling at his feet, and raised his hands. Rise, all of you! The 4 great protectors and the experts of the demon race stood up and looked ahead with fiery eyes. This included the witch and Mo Ku. They were equally shocked. To be honest, they were still unable to adapt because they were too familiar with his face. Previously, he was a genius of the same generation as them, but now they had to kneel. Lin Xian said loudly, "This time, not only did I possess the other party's body, but I also merged with his soul. I used his soul to nourish my withered soul. Therefore, I have changed a little. I am not the same person as before, but a new person. I am the new demonic ancestor. Not only do I have my previous memories, but I also have part of the previous Lin Wudi's memories and emotions. Therefore, a new me will appear in the future. Moreover, this possession is equivalent to being reborn. My cultivation is not at its peak yet, so I have to go out and train." Hearing this, the people of the demonic palace were stunned. Was this still their ancestor with the emotions of the previous Lin Wudi? These people were bewildered, and some even looked doubtful. "Ancestor, is what you said true?" Humph! An extremely terrifying aura rose from Lin Xian's body. This aura was too violent, and it directly pressed down on the demon expert, causing him to lie on the ground. He prostrated himself on the ground. "Ancestor, please spare my life." The others were still doubtful, but at this moment, after feeling this aura, they did not dare to say anything. It was too terrifying. It was exactly the same as their ancestor's aura. At first, they thought that something would go wrong, but now it seemed that nothing had happened. Their ancestor was still so terrifying. Lin Xian snorted coldly. "It was just a little emotional impact. How dare you doubt me?" "We don't dare." The 4 guardians and the others knelt on the ground again. "Humph! You don't dare. This is just a warning. The next time anyone doubts me, I will kill them without mercy." Lin Xian's voice was merciless. He was imitating the demonic ancestor. He had seen the other party's memories and knew that the demonic ancestor was a decisive and terrifying demonic king. As long as someone dared to defy him, whether it was other people or his own race, he would kill them mercilessly. Therefore, at this moment, when he showed his anger, these people were incomparably afraid. Lin Xian continued, "When I go out to train, I will not use the identity of the demonic ancestor. I will continue to use the identity of Lin Wudi. This is a very good disguise. Otherwise, the other demonic kings will kill me mercilessly when they know that I am still alive. You must keep this a secret for me. If anyone dares to leak what happened today, I will let them know how powerful I am. Ancestor, don't worry, we will not leak a word. These people quickly knelt down. Lin Xian nodded satisfactorily. Since he wanted to disguise himself as the other party, he had to act very well. This Lin Wudi was hunted down by many demonic kings. Given Lin Wudi's character, what do you think will happen if he is still alive? Everyone was shocked. The witch thought for a moment and then said, "Let's go back." Lin Xian laughed. "That's right. Let's go back and kill." Lin Xian waved his hand. Immediately, the demon experts below were excited. Were they going to follow the ancestor and conquer the world? Although at this moment they felt that Lin Xian was taking revenge, no one doubted it. Because of Lin Xian's occasionally biting cold gaze and the monstrous aura that he exuded, they knew that no one could imitate this aura. This was the aura of a true demonic king. A young man definitely could not do it. Therefore, there was no doubt that this was their ancestor. Since they knew this, they would definitely follow him wholeheartedly, even if their ancestor's personality and emotions were a little different from before. But so what? As long as he could lead the demonic palace to glory, it was enough. Lin Xian led the demon army and rushed forward. Soon he stepped into a demon palace. Chapter 38-36. Lin Xian waved his hand, and the demonic qi on his body overflowed. He had the great destruction spear, so he had been carrying a trace of demonic qi for a long time. Moreover, the great dragon sword soul could evolve all things and demonic qi without any problem. As for the aura of a saint king, there was no need to worry. He could leave it to Heishan. Heishan was a great sage. He could even release the aura of a great sage, let alone the aura of a saint king. It was very easy to deceive these people. With a wave of his hand, endless demonic qi formed one after another pitch-black demonic platform that floated in the void. The demonic platform was engraved with complicated demonic runes that flickered with black light. When everyone saw this scene, they were even more convinced that this was the divine ability of their old ancestor. This was called the general appointment stage. It was the divine ability of the heavenly devil old ancestor. Lin Xian had seen all the memories of the heavenly devil old ancestor before. Regarding these divine abilities, he could use the great dragon sword soul to evolve them. As for his soul, it was completely unaffected. In fact, he didn't even receive a trace of emotional impact. Because he had the great dragon sword soul, he could destroy everything. Therefore, after he saw the memories of the heavenly devil old ancestor, he eliminated all the factors that could affect him. The current him was still the same as before. He hadn't changed at all. It was just that he had obtained the inheritance of the heavenly devil old ancestor. Old ancestor, I'm willing to follow you. A demonic figure stood out and said in a sonorous voice. Countless people behind him roared crazily. I'm willing too. Old ancestor, let me fight. A black mass of people rushed over. They were too excited. It would be a supreme honor to be able to fight with the old ancestor. There was no need to mobilize all of them. Just a few people would be enough to deal with them. Lin Xian began to pick the generals. He pointed at a demonic figure. Immediately, that person was overjoyed and thanked the old ancestor. A demonic figure flashed and came to the general appointment stage. He was very excited. The others were even more envious. They desperately released their demonic qi, hoping to be chosen. Lin Xian picked a few more generals. These were all small saints. Then he picked some experts below the small saint realm. Seeing that the team was about ready, Lin Xian waved his hand. Follow me. Those people rose into the air and followed behind Lin Xian out of the Heavenly Devil Palace. Moon World. It had been more than a month since the last battle between Wushuang City and the other saint cities. However, the battle had not died down. Instead, it was getting more and more intense. Because Lin Xian had disappeared. This was simply earth-shattering news. Lin Wudi's name resounded throughout the 8 Desolates, causing countless people to exclaim in admiration. He was definitely an incomparably dazzling genius. Entering the celestial fate planet was a great opportunity. He might even be able to obtain a heaven-defying destiny. Yet now he had actually disappeared. Furthermore, he was nowhere to be found. Even if he was dead, his corpse was nowhere to be seen. In fact, they didn't even know who had taken him away. The people of the Peerless City were naturally furious. They cast suspicious gazes at the Thunder God City, the Thousand Demon City, the Golden Crow Tribe, and the New Moon Tribe, and began to crazily suppress them. The forces of the Holy City were incomparably depressed because they didn't even make a move. However, Lin Xian's disappearance made them incomparably excited. This great enemy was finally dead. They also organized their forces and prepared to fight back. After all, they had suffered heavy losses in the previous battle. This grudge must be returned. If Peerless City could call for reinforcements, why couldn't they? Therefore, many experts came to these saint cities in a short period of time. The atmosphere became tense again. On this day, the Thunder God City, the Thousand Demon City, the Golden Crow Tribe, and the New Moon Tribe besieged Peerless City's residence again. The number of people was twice as much as before. For a moment, Peerless City was in danger. The 4 people on the moon were excited once again. Damn, it can't be right. Another battle? Peerless City was in danger. That's right. This time, the Saint Cities had called for experts. They reckoned that it would be an earth-shattering battle. The faces of the people of Peerless City were incomparably ugly. Damn it, these people actually dared to make a move. Kill them. Don't be rash. Some people frowned. For example, Zhui Ming was frowning. This time, the other party came aggressively and was well prepared. If they fought head-on, they were afraid that they would suffer heavy losses. Yes, think of a way. While they were discussing, the Thunder God City and the Thousand Demon City had already begun to make their move. They directly charged over. Damn it, fight it out with them. The dark rainbow divine dragon roared. The Northern Demon City was also filled with murderous intent. Lin Xian's inexplicable disappearance made them very worried. They had also gone missing before, and each of them ended up in a miserable state. They did not want what happened to them to happen to Lin Xian. The battle broke out, and it was unusually intense. The people of Thunder God City sneered and attacked crazily. Not long after, Wang Xiaofeng, Shi Bufan, and the others from Water Sky City were injured. Even the Crimson Dragon, the Northern Demon City, was injured. Even the elders of Peerless City were injured. Their bodies were stained with blood, and it was unusually tragic. The onlookers were in an uproar. It's over. Is Peerless City going to be destroyed? Wasn't Peerless City very powerful before? How dare you kill our people? Today, all of you will die. The people of Thunder God City sneered. If Lin Wudi dies, you won't live either. The people of Thousand Demon City were also filled with murderous intent. The experts of the Golden Crow Tribe were even colder. They knelt down obediently and accepted their deaths. The first prince of the New Moon clan was also sneering. Great, that scourge is finally dead. This time, they were able to attack Peerless City. They felt that they were doing something earth-shattering. Did you see that? Their first prince was the strongest. Princess Gao, you could not be compared to their first prince. The people of Peerless City were gnashing their teeth. They knew that they were in a very dangerous situation. Today would probably be a bloody battle. Han Han said coldly, "We will break out of the encirclement later. We will contact the Saint City and ask them to support us. Those minor saints also said that we will tear open a crack. You guys can run later." The people of Water Sky City gritted their teeth. The Northern Demon City's expression was cold. The Crimson Dragon snorted coldly. Ben Huang would not run away. Ben Huang would turn them all into barbecued skewers. All right, send them to hell. The people from the 4 great holy cities surrounded them. Their auras were monstrous. This was a situation where they must die. Some people of Peerless City were in despair. The surrounding people also shook their heads and sighed. There was no hope. There would be no change in the situation. Some people even knew that the 4 saint cities had sealed off all the routes that Peerless City could ask for help. This was an inescapable trap. No one could survive. However, the situation still changed. Just when everyone thought that Peerless City was doomed, in the distant sky, rumbling thunder could be heard. Then, countless dark clouds rushed over. From afar, it looked like a black wave hitting the void. What was that? Many people were frightened. Chapter 38-37. They all turned their heads to look. Dark clouds? Some of them screamed. No! Why does this aura feel so terrifying? Indeed, those black waves were extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, they had arrived in the vicinity and covered the entire sky. Those were black, demonic clouds. They were incomparably dark and frightening. They also emitted a monstrous aura. What a terrifying demonic aura! Are these demonic clouds from the demonic palace? Are they also coming to take action? Thunder God City and Demon City also stopped and frowned as they looked into the distance. What's going on? Why are the people from Demonic City here? Are they here to help Wushuang City? Or are they here to take a share of the loot? I wonder why the fellow Taoists from the Demonic Palace are here? A warrior from Thunder God City walked out and asked in a deep voice. No one answered. The demonic clouds in the sky rolled and a black beam shot down, directly enveloping this person. With a boom, a thunderous sound resounded. An expert from Thunder God City was split into 2. His body was penetrated by the demonic aura. He couldn't be more dead. What's going on? Everyone was in an uproar, including the people from Thunder God City. They roared crazily. How dare you attack us? The people from Demon City, Golden Crow Clan, New Moon Clan, and Demon City were also facing a great enemy. Are they really here to help Wushuang City? The people of Wushuang City were also stunned. Did the demonic palace come to help? A glimmer of hope rose in their hearts. Do you really want to be enemies with us? Thunder God City, a few more people stood out. However, the only reply they got was a black beam that was like a black lightning, constantly attacking. Another 3 corpses fell down. Everyone went crazy. This group of demon kings was really crazy. They were indeed from the demon race. They were so ruthless that they didn't even put Thunder God in their eyes. Thunder God City was so angry that he vomited blood. Damn demonic palace, you've gone too far. Do you really think that my Thunder God City is afraid of you? A small saint walked out. Demon City, Golden Crow Clan, New Moon Clan, and the First Prince's men also walked out. They said that it's too much. Wushuang City will definitely die today. Even if you attack, it's useless. Is that so? Whoever dares to touch Wushuang City, I'll tear him into pieces. If you don't believe me, then try. A cold voice came from the sky. Immediately after, the demonic clouds churned and a figure appeared in the sky. Everyone raised their heads to look. In the next moment, they were all stupefied. How could this be? It's him. Didn't Lin Wudi disappear inexplicably? Why did he appear here again? The world was in an uproar. Thunder God's people were also stunned. Peerless City's people were also stunned, but soon after they cheered. It's Senior Brother Lin. Senior Brother Lin is still alive. This is great. The Crimson Dragon and the North Demon heaved a sigh of relief. *CK, where did that brat go? He scared Ben Huang to death. The elders and the others heaved a sigh of relief. As long as he was alive, there was still hope. You didn't die. The eyes of the people from Thunder God City almost popped out. They were about to go crazy from anger. On the side of the Demon City, they were also so depressed that they wanted to vomit blood. The eyes of the Golden Crow tribe elite exploded with killing intent. Damn it, they had always thought that the other party was dead, so they were very happy. But now, the other party had jumped out alive. Their hearts were filled with hatred. Brat, go to hell now. A small saint from Thunder God City attacked aggressively. He wanted to capture the other party, kill him, and then take the other party's secrets. How dare you! Below, the people from Peerless City roared. Before they could do anything, a demonic saber slashed down from the sky, directly splitting the palm. A miserable cry rang out. That small saint roared crazily. Who dares to hurt me? Get out here. He was about to go crazy from anger. Someone actually dared to hurt him. The others were also shocked. Was there any other elite behind Lin Xian? Lin Xian waved his hand. Come out. The endless demonic clouds rolled, and a crack was torn open. Then, one figure after another appeared. Every one of them was pitch black with a monstrous aura like countless demon gods. They stood in the sky. So many of them. They were all elites of the demonic palace. Heavens! Why are there so many of them? These people were crazy. The small saint from Thunder God City was also dumbfounded. The people from the other sacred cities were also dumbfounded. Even the people from Peerless City were stunned. So many elites of the demonic palace came with Lin Xian? Lin Xian looked down and sneered. Didn't you say who hurt you? They are the ones who hurt you. Now that they have come out, what are you going to do? The small saint from Thunder God City was so angry that he vomited blood. He opened his mouth, but couldn't say a word. Previously, he was injured and mad, so he naturally had to say something ruthless. In his opinion, even if a small saint from the demonic palace came, so what? He was still not afraid. He couldn't defeat them, but he still had his companions. But he didn't expect that so many elites from the demonic palace would come. He didn't dare to say anything. If these elites attacked together, he would be blasted into pieces. Why? Are you not talking anymore? Weren't you very arrogant before? Didn't you want to kill me? I'm standing right here. Come and try to kill me. Lin Xian walked down, his eyes fixed on the small saint. The small saint's face was gloomy. Damn it. An ant dares to threaten me. I'm so angry. Kid, don't be so arrogant. I'm here to kill you. Thunder God City won't dare to do anything. On the other side, the experts from the Golden Crow race rushed over. Lin Xian didn't dodge at all. He stood with his hands behind his back and a cold smile on his face. Those demon generals above had attacked. Courting death. Boundless devil chi churned in his hand, forming a black spear which he thrust downwards. Devil descends. A terrifying aura spread across the sky. At this moment, even the small saints were frightened. The pupils of the expert from the Golden Crow race shrunk and he retreated. But it was too late. A long spear like the Nether River slashed down and penetrated his body. Asterisk bang. Asterisk, the berserk power caused his body to explode. Arg! A miserable cry was heard, making people's scalp go numb. The expert from the Golden Crow race transformed into his true form. Endless flaming feathers scattered in the void. Damn it! How dare you hurt my people? The experts from the Golden Crow race were furious and rushed up. Some of them were protecting Lin Xian, while some of them were bursting with endless flames. They wanted to attack Lin Xian. At that moment, the demon general above let out a furious roar. Kill! Along with his voice, the surrounding experts of the demonic palace moved. They took a step forward together. Heaven and earth were collapsing. Countless cracks spread across the sky. The scene was too terrifying. This was the army of the demonic world. If they attacked together, the world would be bathed in blood. The people of the Golden Crow race also stopped. Their bodies were trembling and their scalps were numb. Damn it, this bunch of lunatics. To be honest, the Golden Crow race had always looked down on the world and didn't put anyone in their eyes. But at this moment, the army of the demonic world had really frightened them. There were many of them, and there were even more experts. When they attacked together, the aura formed by their joint attack made them unable to resist. Chapter 3838. Why? Demonic Palace, why are you helping this kid? The people on the side of the first prince of the New Moon clan also roared crazily. They thought that they would be able to suppress Gao Yu, but they did not expect the situation to change. If they were to suffer a loss, their status in the family would be greatly reduced. Then they would not be able to suppress Gao Yu. They would not even be able to protect themselves. In the sky, the demonic figures looked at them with disdain, but no one answered. Only Lin Xian sneered. Why? Are you surprised and desperate? Then let's slowly despair. Kill them all. Buzz. As Lin Xian's voice fell, the demonic figures in the sky attacked again. They turned into a black flood and rushed down from the sky. The entire world trembled because of it. At this moment, everyone was going crazy. They could not understand why the demonic palace would listen to Lin Xian. This was unbelievable. If Lin Wuti had a good relationship with the demonic palace, it would be fine if he could mobilize 1 or 2 elders. But now, the demonic army was so powerful that it was not something that an ordinary person could mobilize. Why could Lin Wuti do it? Damn kid, you can't do this. We are not convinced. The New Moon race roared. A figure from the Golden Crow race rushed out. It was Jean Patian. Kid, fight me 1-on-1 if you can. What kind of ability is it to let other forces attack you? 1-on-1? Lin Xian smiled. A month ago, when the 4 forces came to kill me, did you let me fight 1-on-1? Did you give me a chance to fight 1-on-1? Didn't you bully me with your numbers? Why are you unhappy when the same thing happens to you today? What do you have to be unhappy about? This was to give him a taste of his own medicine. Feel despair. Attack! Lin Xian did not care. 1-on-1? He was not interested. He was here to kill. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The demonic army rushed out, showing an unparalleled aura. Looking from afar, there were black phantoms that connected the sky and the earth. It was terrifying. The onlookers all retreated extremely far away, their bodies trembling. The battle in front had broken out. Damn it, let's fight it out with them. Thunder Saint City's people also roared crazily. However, they still underestimated the other party. Lin Xian had selected a few very powerful devil generals. When those people attacked together, it was truly earth-shattering. At that instant, the Thunder God City and the other factions suffered heavy losses. Damn it! How could he be so strong? Their faces were filled with terror. 2 of them were even little saints, and their blood sprayed out in all directions. Lin Xian arrived at the area of the Thunder God City. He raised his hand and shot out a devil general platform. He grabbed it and directly smashed it down. The demon general platform was over 10,000 zhang tall, like a grinding mountain, which blasted the 2 geniuses of the Thunder God City into a bloody mist. That soul was shattered by the demonic qi. Previously, Lin Xian had been able to kill these geniuses like slaughtering dogs before he had advanced. Now that he had advanced by a small level, his strength had become even stronger than before. Now, if he wanted to fight a top expert like Lei Qian, he wouldn't even need to use Wushuang City's secret technique to kill him easily. Damn it, how could he be so strong? Retreat quickly. The geniuses of the Thunder God City retreated frantically. Those experts also roared and rushed over. They must kill Lin Xian. However, there were 2 devil generals standing beside Lin Xian. One of them was holding a devil blade, while the other was holding a devil spear. The 2 of them attacked, sweeping across all directions. Wherever they passed, everything was destroyed. Thunder God City and the others were beaten to the point of vomiting blood. Some of them were killed mercilessly. Blood and corpses fell from the sky. It was a scene of destruction. No, damn it, retreat quickly. The little saints of the Thunder God City roared crazily. They turned around and fled. They had no choice. Previously, they came aggressively, thinking that they could destroy the people of Wushuang City. Who would have thought that the army of the Devil World was too terrifying? If they continued to fight, they would be completely annihilated. How could Lin Xian let them escape? He said coldly, "Go, kill them." Soon, a group of black torrents rushed out from the endless army of the Devil World, chasing after the people of the Thunder God City. As for Lin Xian, he rushed towards the Demon City. This is a misunderstanding. A two-headed giant elephant shook its head crazily. "Lin Gongzi, we are not here to attack you. We are here to see if you have returned." "See if I have returned." Lin Xian sneered. "Then open your eyes wide and see if I have returned." Speaking of this, he attacked crazily. With a slash, he cut off the head of the other party. He grabbed the head and pulled it in front of him. "See clearly now?" Ah, that beast screamed crazily. It was too terrifying. He was a devil king. "Don't kill me. I beg you, let me live." The head was begging for mercy. Lin Xian snorted coldly. Golden light burst out from his eyes. He cut off the head of the other party and destroyed the soul. "I once gave you a way out, but what did you do? You came back again. Now, you want me to give you a way out? Don't you think it's ridiculous?" Lin Xian's expression was cold. He rushed towards the demon city and started killing. The two demon generals continued to attack. "Leave quickly." The demon city could not resist and retreated crazily. Lin Xian also sent out a team to kill the other party. Next was the Golden Crow tribe. Every member of the Golden Crow tribe was very powerful. At this moment, there were already a few powerhouses who had transformed into their true forms. The huge Golden Crow covered the sky. With a light flap of its wings, it brought about a monstrous sea of fire. The people of the Sky Demon Palace pushed the demonic clouds in the sky to fight against the Golden Crow. Lin Xian came to Jean Potion's side. "Were you the one who said that you wanted to fight me one-on-one? I will give you a chance now." He felt his hair stand on end. Fighting one-on-one with Jean Potion was just an excuse to stall for time. He did not expect that Jean Potion would really come to kill him. "Why, you don't dare." "If you don't dare, I will immediately activate these two demon generals to kill you. Trash is not qualified to stand in front of me." Buzz. Boom. The two demon generals released demonic chi. Their killing intent made Jean Potion almost kneel on the ground. These two demon generals were really too terrifying. Jean Potion wanted to ask for help, but he realized that the powerhouses on his side were all pinned down. They were even in danger and could not help him. He only had one choice now, and that was to fight with Lin Xian. Only by winning could he get out of here alive. "Fine, I will fight with you. You have to promise that these two demon generals will not interfere." "Don't worry, I don't need them to kill you." Lin Xian waved his hand. The two demon generals respectfully retreated to the distance and watched the battle silently. Jean Potion heaved a sigh of relief. Without the terrifying demonic chi, he was confident that he could fight against Jean Potion. "Kid, I was on par with you last time because I did not use all my trump cards. This time, I will kill you with my own hands." Jean Potion's eyes lit up. He knew that he had to go all out. He could not hold back anymore. Chapter 38-39. Kill. With a furious roar, Jean Potion rushed out. He turned into a golden beam of light and rushed forward. The flames on his body were extremely terrifying and could easily pierce through the void. His aura made some people tremble. Even those who were watching the battle from afar screamed. Lin Wudi was going to fight one-on-one. He was going to fight Jean Potion one-on-one. The dark rainbow dragon and the others also exclaimed, "Kid, kill this golden-haired guy. We haven't eaten golden crow meat in a long time. If we kill him, we'll be in for a treat." The crimson dragon was drooling. The North Demon's eyes were also shining. The Golden Crow tribe's elites were so angry that they vomited blood. Do you think we're food? These people are really despicable. Buzz! Lin Xian raised his hand and his aura exploded. A black spear appeared in his hand. The great spear of destruction released an unparalleled power. In an instant, it shattered Gene Potion's monstrous flames. At the same time, the spear pierced through Gene Potion's body. Then it nailed him in the void. At this moment, everyone was stunned. Those spectators in the distance had their eyes wide open, and their faces were filled with fear. In fact, some of the people who were fighting in the surroundings even stopped what they were doing and turned their heads around. Soon, exclamations sounded in the sky. Heavens! What did they just see? Jean Patien was sent flying by a spear. It was unbelievable. That's heaven shattering. It was extremely powerful. Moreover, Lin Xian had used all his strength in that attack. However, the outcome was extremely miserable. His body was pierced through. Is this Lin Wuti? At this moment, everyone looked up at the sky. In their eyes, there was a handsome young man who stood alone in the world. He held a spear in one hand and pierced through the elites. The elites of the Sky Demon Palace were also extremely excited when they saw this scene. Although the old ancestor was only at the 4th celestial level now, he was still able to kill geniuses with ease. In this state, it wouldn't take long for him to return to his peak and dominate the world. How is that possible? Gene Potion's body trembled. His eyes were wide open. I can't believe it. I can't even block a single attack. Damn it, why is his attack so powerful? I hate it. He really regretted it. Why did he have to fight the other party one-on-one? Furthermore, what made him even more alarmed was that his opponent's strength was much stronger than a month ago. A month ago, he was still able to contend with the other party. But now he was actually unable to withstand even a single attack. What a piece of trash! Lin Xian snorted coldly. The great destruction spear trembled, tearing his opponent's body apart. His soul was also torn apart in an instant. Dead. Jean Patien was killed. Everyone went crazy. No. How dare you? The experts of the Golden Crow tribe also roared crazily. They looked at Jean Patien, his shattered body and his lifeless soul, and roared madly. Damn it, Jean Patien was the hope of the future, someone they thought highly of, but now he died here. How were they going to explain themselves when they returned? I'll fight it out with you. At that instant, another genius of the Golden Crow tribe let out a furious roar. Its pair of wings turned into 2 desolate sabers, and he held them in his hands. As the 2 sabers fell, the sky cracked and the earth collapsed. This man was no weaker than Jean Patien, and from the looks of it, he was even stronger. The bloodline of the Golden Crow tribe was really too heaven-defying. Countless people screamed. Those who were in the Saint Realm were also extremely shocked. You want to die? I'll fulfill your wish. Lin Xian snorted coldly, took a step forward, and waved the Great Destruction spear in his hand again. Terrifying demonic chi surged into the sky like a black demonic cloud, sweeping through the 9 heavens. Puff! Blood splattered, and a scream was heard. The scene froze again. That person was pierced through by the spear. Then he was torn apart, and his soul was destroyed. At this moment, everyone went crazy. Another genius had died. This Lin Wuti was too strong. Now who could defeat him? Damn it, let's go, let's break out. The experts of the Golden Crow tribe roared crazily. They did not even dare to think about revenge now. The other party was too strong. The experts of the Sky Demon Palace were as numerous as the clouds. But Lin Wuti had killed 2 of them by himself, and he had done so in 2 moves. If they continued to fight, their people would definitely die. Go, chase after them. Lin Xian waved his hand again, and countless demons rushed over to chase after the people of the Golden Crow tribe. The people who were watching from afar were stunned. The people of Peerless City were also shocked. In Aqua Sky City, Sherbufan, Gueli, and the others trembled. Was the other party already so strong? They felt a sense of powerlessness. These days they had been cultivating in the holy city, and their strength had improved by leaps and bounds. Compared to when they had just entered the Saint Realm, there was an earth-shaking change. It could be said that they were like two different people. Therefore, a sense of pride rose in their hearts. They felt that they were no longer weaker than Lin Xian. They could compete with Lin Xian and even surpass him. After all, Lin Xian had been outside all this time. How could he compare to the cultivation effect of the Saint Realm? However, a month ago, when they saw Lin Xian, they were shocked, because Lin Xian was stronger than they had imagined. Now they were completely shocked. Lin Xian had become so strong that he could easily kill an expert like Jin Patian. This made Sherbufan and the others unable to believe it. They were strong, but at most they were only at the level of Lei Chong. Compared to an expert like Jin Patian, they were too far away. However, such an expert was like an ant in front of Lin Xian. This person was too strong. He was one of the most dazzling figures of his generation. I am afraid that I will never be able to catch up to him in this lifetime. In Aqua Sky City, Sherbufan shook his head and sighed. They also thought that they were the top geniuses, but at this moment they felt bitter. The other warriors of Peerless City were screaming crazily. So cool! This is our big senior brother. Big senior brother is invincible. Big senior brother, kill them all. Previously, they were besieged by the 4 great sacred cities, and it was very dangerous, and they were angry. Now that Lin Xian could avenge them, they were naturally very excited. Even the second-generation disciples and the elders of Peerless City were dumbfounded. Did this kid need them to save him? He could probably wipe out the entire situation alone. How boring. Let the strongest genius of the Golden Crow tribe come. Lin Xian held the blood-dripping spear in his hand and looked around. Finally, he stared at the people of the New Moon tribe. The people of the New Moon tribe felt their scalps go numb. They were so scared that they almost wet their pants. They could resist such a demon king. Retreat quickly. They ran away crazily. Go, kill them. Lin Xian waved his hand and sent out a team to chase after them. In an instant, a great battle broke out in all directions. The demonic army was very obedient. At this moment, they chased after them crazily. Even if Lei Shenqing and the others broke out, they were still pursued. Soon, the sky was dyed red with blood. In short, it was very tragic. Among the crowd, there were some people on Gao Yu's side. At this moment, they saw the miserable end of the people on the first prince's side. Their scalps went numb. Now they knew why their princess said to never be enemies with Lin Wudi. This person was simply invincible. Chapter 3840. Lin Xian's domineering arrival brought the demonic palace's army and swept through the 4 holy cities. The 4 holy cities originally had an overbearing aura, suppressing everything. But now they were running away like stray dogs. Not only that, they were being hunted down by the demonic army. Many of them had died. It was a disaster. It was like the end of the world. Corpses were falling from the sky. The sage blood had pierced through everything, causing the ground to sink and the sky to shatter. Lin Xian didn't have to worry about the matter of hunting them down at all, leaving it to the army of the demonic realm. He landed in front of the people from the Shadowless sect. "Are you guys okay?" Lin Xian asked. Then he looked at the elders and second-generation disciples. "Thank you for coming to help. We're fine. Senior brother Lin, you're so cool." The third-generation disciples of Wushuang City were excited. The second-generation disciples were surprised as well. They had heard about junior brother Lin's strength, but they had never seen it with their own eyes. After seeing it today, they were shocked. The elders of Wushuang City nodded their heads. They were very satisfied with Lin Xian. The North Demon and the Crimson Dragon walked up. "Kid, what happened to you?" How did you become so strong? Also, how did you control these demonic world people? He was really too surprised. The others also looked over, their eyes filled with doubt. Lin Xian said, "It's a long story. Wait a moment." As he spoke, he walked into the distance. Momentarily, those devil generals and experts from the Sky Devil Hall all gathered over. They wanted to kneel down, but they were stopped by Lin Xian. "Remember, don't go overboard outside. I'm not the old ancestor now. I'm Lin Wudi. You can't be so respectful to me. Do you understand? If you do, you'll attract the attention of the Sage King." "We understand," the demonic generals said respectfully. Then they said, "We'll call you Young Master from now on." "Young Master, what should we do next?" "Continue to hunt down the people who attacked me this time. After that, return to the demonic covered region and do your own things. Don't ruin your lives and plans because of me. I'll go out and gain some experience. This time, I'll enter Celestial Fate Planet and see if there are any opportunities. You don't have to follow me." "Yes, Patriarch. We know." Those people from the demonic palace nodded respectfully. Then, someone took out a storage ring. "Young Master, there are some cultivation resources here, as well as some formations and weapons. There are also some tokens. You can summon us directly. If there is any danger, Young Master, you must inform us immediately. We will come to your aid." These people were still a little worried. Lin Xian said, "Got it." His expression was incomparably cold, and there was a biting chill in his eyes. It was a kind of disdainful gaze that looked down on the world and did not put anything in its eyes. After these demon generals finished reading, their scalps went numb. They knew that they had been overly worried. The man in front of him was Forefather Celestial. What had he not experienced? Therefore, they hurriedly informed him, not daring to disturb their ancestors' cultivation. Lin Xian kept the storage ring and strode towards Peerless City. "Let's go in. We just have to wait for Celestial Fate Planet to open. The experts of the demonic palace will help us do the rest." Sure enough, in the following days, experts fell from time to time. Even small saints fell. Everyone was incomparably terrified. Was the demonic palace going to fight to the death? Thunder God City, Myriad Demon City, Golden Crow Clan, and the first prince of the New Moon Clan all screamed crazily. "Don't go too far, demonic palace. Damn it! How dare you kill our people? We will never let you go." However, these experts of the demon race sneered. They only obeyed the orders of their forefather. As for the consequences, they did not need to consider. "We will beg for mercy. We will admit defeat, okay?" These people screamed crazily, but it was still useless. In the end, all the people from the 4 major sects were killed. Blood flowed like rivers and corpses piled up like mountains. This world was almost shattered. It could not bear the fall of so many saints. At this moment, the world was in an uproar. The sacred cities and sects that came to participate in Celestial Fate Planet were all terrified. Lin Wudi was too terrifying. Damn it, they must not provoke this demon king. He was already very terrifying, and he was the chief disciple of Peerless City. Now he had the help of the experts of the demon realm. Who could stop him in the future? Everyone was horrified and warned their disciples one after another. They must not be enemies with Lin Wudi. However, some people snorted. Lin Wudi was too arrogant. Too strong was easy to break. The sacred cities would not let him go. Yes, although many experts died this time, to the sacred cities, it was not enough to hurt their foundation. Moreover, as far as I know, the strongest geniuses of the sacred cities did not come. When they come, Lin Wudi will undoubtedly die. Sure enough, Thunder God City said that the body of Lightning Spirit would come. "Lin Wudi, wash your neck and wait for me to personally cut off your head." This was the son of Lightning Spirit's words. On the Myriad Demon City's side, 9-headed Qilin also spoke. "When the celestial fate star opens, Lin Wudi will die. The Golden Crow tribe also announced that the 7th crown prince of the Golden Crow tribe would come and suppress Linwoody. The first prince of the Crescent Moon clan was furious. It was said that the first prince of the Crescent Moon clan would personally come. In an instant, the world was in an uproar. The son of Lightning Spirit, Nine-Headed Cheelin, the 7th crown prince of the Golden Crow tribe, and the first prince of the Crescent Moon clan. All 4 of them were top experts who shocked the world. Now, they were finally going to come out. Linwoody was in danger. That's right, none of these 4 people were weaker than him in terms of talent, and their cultivations were stronger than his. What could he use to fight against the 4 of them? Moreover, he had provoked 4 experts at the same time. He would die without a doubt. In addition to the 4 sacred cities, the other sacred cities also sent their chief disciples or top geniuses. In an instant, it could be said that countless people were waiting for the day when Celestial Fate Planet would open. Lin Xian was still not afraid. He also said that no matter who it was, if they dared to provoke him, he would kill them all. Lin Xian had been looking forward to fighting these top experts for a long time. Moreover, he did not care about their threats. At this moment, a banquet had already begun in his residence. The corpses of the experts from Myriad Demon City and the Golden Crow tribe had been brought back and made into soup, stir-fried vegetables, and barbecued skewers. In short, all kinds of delicious food. They were going to eat to their heart's content today. Lin Xian and the Crimson Dragon were already used to it. However, it was the first time the people from Peerless City had eaten it. This was the corpse of a small saint. They were stunned. Even the second-generation disciples and the elders of Peerless City twitched their mouths. This Linwoody was really bold. However, after they took the first bite, all their worries disappeared. Who cares? He was already killed anyway. Eating some meat was nothing. Moreover, the Golden Crow meat and the other demonic beasts' meat were too delicious. They felt that they had lived their lives in vain. Chapter 3841. It was getting closer and closer to the opening of the Celestial Fate Star. There was less than a month left. More and more geniuses arrived. The people of the moon world were also excited. On this day, a spirit boat streaked across the sky and descended from the sky. It was glowing with a rainbow light. The laws filled the air, and there was a mysterious aura. This shocking scene naturally attracted the attention of others. Many people chased after it. Of course, they were just curious if another earth-shattering powerhouse had arrived. However, someone spread the news. It turned out that some people had been following the spirit boat silently. They saw a beautiful woman walk out of the spirit boat. She was like a fairy. However, they only took a quick glance before the goddess-like woman disappeared. Could it be that a goddess had descended to the world? This news instantly spread throughout the world. Which sacred city's goddess was she from? For a moment, countless people were discussing. However, no one knew where she came from. Her beautiful appearance made countless people's hearts flutter. Soon, news spread that the goddess had descended to the moon world and was staying in a famous mountain. Should they pay her a visit? Some of the geniuses instantly had an idea. They had to seize such a good opportunity. Perhaps they could even get close to her. For a moment, countless people prepared to pay her a visit. Lin Xian and the others naturally received the news. Some people were also extremely excited. Eldest senior brother, do you want to go and take a look? Someone suggested. Lin Xian thought about it and decided that it was fine. After all, there weren't many things happening recently. He also wanted to see what kind of woman could make the world go crazy. Northern Demon, Ruzalong, let's go together. Northern Demon said, I won't go. I'll go into seclusion for a while. The Crimson Dragon was very excited. All right, let's go. We've eaten all the meat in the Golden House recently. Let's see if there are any new prey. Everyone was speechless. They were all going to see the beauty, but Northern Demon was different. What a glutton. After discussing for a while, Lin Xian prepared to go with the Crimson Dragon, Sherbufan, Ghostly, and some disciples of Peerless City. Instead, the North Demon, Stillwater Sky City, Wang Xiaofeng, and the others stayed behind to continue cultivating. The Crescent Moon Lake was a very mysterious place in the moon world. There was a crescent-shaped lake embedded in the ground, emitting a bright light. Near the Crescent Moon Lake, a row of palaces appeared. They were magnificent, and the lights inside were bright red. Outside, there were even more figures moving about. This was the place where the goddess had temporarily resided upon her arrival. When Lin Xian arrived, his expression was a little unnatural. This was because, when he first came to the moon world, he came here. Later on, something happened between him and the princess of the New Moon clan. Suddenly, that beautiful figure appeared in his mind. At that time, although it was only a quick glance, he had seen it clearly. That woman wouldn't come here, right? Lin Xian muttered softly as he looked around. To be honest, he still felt a little guilty. "Brat, what are you looking for?" the divine dragon asked curiously. "Are you looking for prey? Let's see which demonic beast is tasty and we'll kill it together." Everyone was speechless. Lin Xian tried to cover it up. "Yes, I'm looking for prey, but these are too ordinary. I'll treat you to dragon meat." That was the top existence among the demonic beasts. Their meat would definitely be delicious. When everyone heard this, they started to salivate. The Crimson Dragon jumped up. "F***ck, you dare to eat dragon meat? Ben Huang will fight it out with you." He spat out flames that engulfed the entire area. Everyone's scalps went numb. They just remembered that this was also a dragon. "All right, then we won't eat dragon meat. How about Qilin meat or phoenix meat?" Hearing this, the Crimson Dragon nodded in satisfaction. As for the passers-by, their scalps went numb. They all looked at Lin Xian strangely. Who is this guy? How arrogant. Many of them were newcomers, so they didn't know Lin Xian. Perhaps they had heard of the legends and hadn't seen him in person. Of course, some of them trembled and almost knelt on the ground when they saw Lin Xian. Then they quickly ran away. Soon, they arrived in front of the palaces and prepared to enter. The people in front quickly flew into the distance. "What's going on?" They grabbed a person and asked. When that person saw Lin Xian, he almost cried. "Great Demon King, please spare me. I didn't provoke you." "Am I that scary?" Lin Xian's face darkened. "Why is my reputation not so good recently?" He said, "I won't do anything to you. Tell me what's going on first. Aren't they here to see the goddess? Why are they all running away?" The latest news is that the goddess is going to Crescent Lake, so these people are going to the lake. "Great Demon King, please spare my life." That person looked pitiful. Lin Xian waved his hand. "Go, go, go." That person hurriedly ran away as if he had been pardoned. Crescent Lake again. Lin Xian's expression was a little strange. He really didn't want to go to that place. However, Sherbufan, Ghostly, and the others were very tempted. "Let's go, Senior Brother Lin." They quickly soared into the sky. Lin Xian could only follow. At the same time, a piece of news quietly spread. "The Great Demon King is here." "No way, what is he here for? Is he here to capture the goddess?" "That's possible. He's the Great Demon King among demons. He's probably here to capture her. This Great Demon King is really scary." Some people were puzzled. What Great Demon King? Is he very powerful? Those who knew the inside story nodded. Very powerful. Who is the Great Demon King? Tell me. Those people shook their heads. I can't say. The people who had just arrived were puzzled. If someone is so terrifying, could it be that he's even more terrifying than the geniuses of the Holy City? Crescent Lake. The night was even more sacred and bright. At this moment, in the center of the lake, there was a 7-colored spirit boat floating there. emitting a mysterious light. Beside the lake stood countless skype rides. Some people had even begun to enter the crescent lake. Some people also took out 5-colored spirit boats. Some people condensed laws under their feet, forming a divine bridge that connected to the center of the lake. Lin Xian and the others also came. When they arrived, they saw the people around them crazily rushing to the center of the lake. They were shocked. Who is this goddess? She's able to make these people go crazy. They're blocked. Ghostly was shocked. No matter what methods the people in front of him used, they were all blocked. A 7-colored light formed a barrier, blocking everyone. Soon, a little maid walked out of the 7-colored spirit boat. Our holy daughter, we're only here to participate in the Heavenly Fate Star competition. We didn't expect to cause such a big commotion. Greetings, fairy. We're only here because we heard about the holy daughter. We hope you can tell us. At this moment, even those geniuses were extremely respectful towards this little maidservant. However, they only received 2 words in reply. No. Chapter 3842. This caused everyone to go into an uproar. No way, this goddess was putting on such airs. Sigh, why would she want to see you? Some geniuses were unable to keep their faces. Among them, someone said, "Isn't this goddess a bit too heartless?" That's right. So many of us have come from afar. No matter what, shouldn't she at least give us a chance? That little maid merely shook her head. This caused everyone to go into an uproar. So many geniuses had come. Could it be that they couldn't even see her face? I'm the core of Thunder God City. Quickly go and report this. A person stood out. Beneath his feet was a sea of lightning carrying him. He was extraordinarily mighty. That little maid snorted coldly and refused to see him. You, the face of that genius from Thunder God City, immediately turned red. Damn it, he thought that she would definitely meet him since he was someone from Holy City. However, who would have thought that her attitude would be so domineering? Following that, the people from Thousand Demon City also came. Even the people from New Moon Clan also tried. However, they all refused to see her. Even the Holy City did not give her face. This goddess was truly too domineering. Why do I feel like the great Demon King has found an opponent? The crowd began to discuss spiritedly. Even Lin Xian was surprised. This goddess truly had a personality. The surrounding people also stopped on the shore. Their expressions were ugly. Right now, they could neither leave nor go. Furthermore, no one dared to rashly try. Being rejected was the same as being publicly slapped in the face. They could not afford to lose face like this. Boom! Boom! Suddenly, the space in the distance shattered. A powerful energy gushed out from it. It was a lightning dragon. It was baring its fangs and brandishing its claws as it bobbed up and down in the sky. A terrifying aura swept out in all directions. Was that a dragon? Many people cried out in alarm. Soon, they discovered that it wasn't. That lightning dragon was merely an illusion. On top of that lightning dragon stood a man. His hands were behind his back. Lightning was surging all over his body. His eyes were emitting an incomparable aura. Who was this person? Countless people screamed. That was because his aura was simply too powerful. It was so powerful that it caused them to be alarmed. They wanted nothing more than to kneel down. The people from Thunder God City also cried out in alarm. Eldest senior brother. One by one, they all surrounded him and bowed respectfully. Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. Could it be that this was the chief disciple of this generation of Thunder God City? Thunder Spirit Body. Lei Zhen. Everyone was going crazy. Who would have thought that such a peerless character would appear? On the shore, those geniuses sensed it, and they felt as if they were facing a great enemy. Even Lin Xian and the others were shocked. Was this the lightning spirit body? It was truly too powerful. Both Gui Li and Sherbufan wore solemn expressions. They could feel that their bodies were about to be penetrated by the lightning from their opponent's body. Lin Xian also raised his head to look, his eyes bursting with a piercing cold light. Lei Zhen, the other party, had a lightning spiritual body and was truly powerful. No wonder Thunder God City had been so confident before. It was just that he didn't expect to meet the other party here. The Crimson Dragon snorted coldly. It was very unhappy. What was he pretending for? He actually dared to use lightning to transform into a dragon and even dared to step on it. He was really courting death. Lei Zhen's appearance really surprised everyone. Lei Zhen stood with his hands behind his back, looking disdainfully at the surroundings. It was as if he didn't put anyone in his eyes. At this moment, the void trembled once again. Following that, a moon descended from the sky. It was also a crescent moon, and it was a crescent moon spiritual boat. Those who didn't know would think that the crescent moon lake had flown into the sky. That crescent moon spiritual boat emitted a bright aura. Similarly, there was a figure standing on top of it. It was a man in golden armor, and his aura was powerful. His body exuded boundless majesty. Who was this? Everyone could feel that the aura of this man in golden armor was also very powerful. Greetings to the Crown Prince. Those from the New Moon clan knelt on one knee respectfully. The surrounding people exclaimed in surprise. Was this the Crown Prince of the Star Moon clan? The other party had actually come too. Lin Xian's face turned cold, and his eyes were bursting with killing intent. According to Gao Yu, the Crown Prince was the one who had gone against him many times. Moreover, the Crown Prince seemed to have a deep relationship with the human world. His eyes were bursting with killing intent. The Crown Prince didn't notice it. After he appeared, he looked at Lei Zhen. At the same time, Lei Zhen also turned his head, and his eyes were bursting with radiance. Their gazes clashed in the air, and the void within 100,000 miles collapsed in an instant. Although the New Moon clan and the Thunder God City had cooperated before, both the Crown Prince and Lei Zhen were top-notch geniuses. They had never placed others in their eyes. Now the two of them were really at loggerheads, and their auras were neither of them backing down. Interesting. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes. It seemed that those legendary opponents had appeared. He wondered if the 9-headed Qilin of the 1,000 Demon City and the 7th Prince of the Golden Crow clan had come. He looked around and didn't see the two of them. However, there were also experts from the 2 holy cities who had come. In the distance, there was a man with a burly figure, and his body was glowing brightly. He was like an overlord, and he looked extraordinary. He should be an expert from the 1,000 Demon clan. His appearance was also shocking. At the same time, the identity of this expert from the Demon clan was spread. It turned out that this was a dragon horse, and it had the aura of the Dragon clan. It also had the bloodline of the Heavenly Horse clan, and it could be said to be unusually powerful and terrifying. The 9-headed Qilin didn't come. Lin Xian looked at the dragon horse, and his eyes glowed coldly. He could see that the dragon horse's aura was also very powerful, and it was much more powerful than the other beasts from before. At the same time, he looked around and realized that there was a chariot rolling over from afar. The chariot was burning with golden flames, and a man bathed in divine flames was sitting on the chariot, as if he was the god of fire. His arrival caused countless people to turn their heads. Is that the Golden Crow divine flame? This is an expert from the Golden Crow clan. Is that the 7th prince of the Golden Crow clan? Everyone was puzzled, and even Lin Xian's eyes glowed with golden light. He stared fixedly at the figure bathed in flames. He could feel that this person was very powerful, and the flames on his body were too terrifying. It was like a sun walking in the world. The golden chariot flew over quickly and directly landed on the crescent moon lake. It shone brightly like the sun, and it was particularly eye-catching. Heavens, the top experts of the holy city were really here. If it wasn't for the goddess' sudden appearance and causing a commotion, These people would probably only be able to see her when they entered the heavenly fate planet. Lin Xian and the others were also surprised. These were all future enemies, and at the same time, they realized that there were far more experts. They realized that there was another spirit boat on the Crescent Moon Lake. It carried a primordial aura, and a man in a black robe stood on it. His face was incomparably cold, as if he was the Demon King. "Who is this?" everyone was discussing. Chapter 3843. Someone exclaimed, "He's an expert from the great desolate mansion. His name is Xiefeng. Although he's not the chief disciple, he's still very powerful." "Yeah, I didn't expect the great desolate mansion to appear. I remember that Lin Wudi killed one of Huang Shisan's clones in the Sky Demon Overturn region. That angered the great desolate mansion. If Xiefeng were to meet Lin Wudi, it would definitely be an earth-shattering battle." Everyone was discussing, and some of their faces changed. They knew that Lin Wudi had already arrived. He was hiding in the crowd, but he hadn't shown himself yet. "Great desolate mansion? I'll destroy you later." Lin Xian's eyes shone with a cold light. Things were getting more and more interesting. With so many geniuses here, his blood was boiling. Gue Li and Shi Bufan whispered, "Senior Brother Lin, you have to be careful. They might target you." Lin Xian said, "Don't worry, it's best if they don't attack. If they do, I don't mind eliminating them in advance." The appearance of peerless experts and top geniuses caused an uproar. This time, everyone believed that even the goddess wouldn't be able to withstand the pressure and would come out. Everyone looked at the seven-colored spiritual boat in the center of the Crescent Moon Lake. However, the seven-colored spiritual boat was floating there quietly. No one came out. No way, this goddess is so arrogant. Does she think she can withstand so much pressure? Not to mention the other geniuses. Just the lightning spiritual physique alone was enough to suppress him. Indeed, Lei Zhen had a special physique and was the chief disciple of this generation. His identity was terrifying. There's someone who's so arrogant that he doesn't want to come out? A cultivator from the Thunder God City came out. "Humph, our chief disciple is here. Are you not going to give us face?" The cultivator from the Thunder God City said coldly. The Golden Crow clan, Myriad Demon City, and Great Desolate Mansion were also aggressive. That little maid's expression also changed. She had to admit that this true appearance was extremely powerful. She could only enter the spiritual boat and ask. After a while, the little maid came out and said loudly, "Our saintess said that since everyone is so enthusiastic, she won't ignore them. However, the celestial fate star is about to open, and our saintess doesn't have much time to cultivate. How about this?" Hearing this, the crowd was in an uproar. The other party didn't come out. Moreover, he only saw one person. He, a single man and a single woman in a spirit boat. Perhaps something wonderful could happen. Immediately, many people's eyes lit up. Of course, most of them sighed. They knew that they didn't have the qualifications to do so. Perhaps this person would be chosen from the Thunder God City, the Demon City, the Golden Crow tribe, or the other powerful holy cities. Sure enough, the Thunder Spirit Ganoderma body walked out and said in a clear voice, "Give this spot to me." Although this was a discussion, there was no room for doubt in his tone. Everyone felt their scalps go numb. The people from the Thunder God City all straightened their backs. Their chief disciple had already appeared with a top-notch physique and bloodline. Who would they be afraid of? However, the expressions of the several other peak experts sunk. The first prince of the New Moon clan laughed loudly. "Is that so? But I also hope to get this spot. Why don't you let me have it, Brother Lei Zhen? I am willing to use a saint artifact to exchange for it." Needless to say, it was a big deal. A saint artifact was something that was beyond the reach of a saint. In the hands of these people, it was just an item to be exchanged. Needless to say, the gap was too big. Humph! am definitely going to take the spot. No one can snatch it from me. On the golden chariot, the figure bathed in fire stood out. His voice was cold. Between heaven and earth, the flames were burning. Everyone felt their scalps go numb. The genius of the Golden Crow tribe had appeared. He stood up, not giving any face to the first prince and Lei Zhen. On the other hand, the experts of the Great Desolation Mansion and the other experts sneered. Although they didn't say anything, it was impossible for them to snatch the spot away with just a few words. Lei Zhen's face darkened. He had the Thunder Spirit Ganoderma body and was the chief disciple of this generation. His status was extremely noble. In the Holy City, no one could refuse his invitation. However, after coming out, he realized that there were many people in this world who didn't give him face, especially this expert from the Golden Crow tribe. His domineering attitude made him extremely unhappy. He took a step forward, and the lightning energy on his body swept across the 9 heavens and 10 lands. What if I want to take it by force? Thunderclouds rolled, and the great Tao spread under his feet. It seemed that the other party was going to use his strength to suppress the others. The surrounding people were stunned. Could it be that these top geniuses were going to have a great battle today? Just thinking about it made their blood boil. Do you think I am afraid of you? The expert from the Golden Crow tribe took a step forward. The sky was filled with boundless divine flames, fighting against the terrifying lightning. His name was Jin Kongjue. He was also a terrifying genius. Their auras became stronger and stronger as they clashed in the sky. A great battle was about to break out. At this moment, the little maidservant said, "Stop fighting. Our saintess has already been chosen." The crowd was in an uproar. Someone has already been chosen. Who is it? Lei Zhen and Jin Kongjue also looked over. Who is it? They asked in unison. The first prince of the New Moon clan, Xiafeng, and the others were also paying close attention. Each of them was extremely confident. They thought that they were unparalleled in the world. The other party would definitely invite them. The little maidservant looked around and asked, "Is Lin Gongzi here?" Lin Gongzi? Everyone was stunned. Even Lei Zhen, Jin Kongjue, and the others were stunned. None of them had the surname Lin. Suddenly, someone screamed. Could it be that Lin Wuti? The crowd was in an uproar. Some of the top geniuses' eyes were filled with killing intent. The little maidservant nodded. "That's right. It's Lin Gongzi. Is he here? Our saintess wants to meet with Lin Gongzi." Everyone was going crazy. Lei Zhen, Jin Kongjue, and the others were about to fight for a spot. But who would have thought that the saintess did not even care about them? She only wanted to meet one person. That was Lin Wuti. It was a slap in the face. Sure enough, those top geniuses' faces darkened instantly. Lin Wuti. Damn it, it's this guy again. Previously, they had suffered losses in the hands of this guy. Moreover, some minor saints had fallen. They did not expect him to jump out and compete with them again. What was more infuriating was that the saintess had paid attention to him without even showing up. She even wanted to invite him personally. Didn't this mean that they were inferior to the other party? Chapter 3844. Even Lin Xian was stunned. To be honest, he had originally wanted to watch a great battle and analyze the battle strength of Lei Zhen and the other experts through the battle. But he did not expect her to want to see him. Who was this goddess? Why did she want to see him? Lin Xian was on his guard. He thought of many things. For example, when the demoness invited him to the Sky Demon Palace. He was happy, but he did not expect it to be a trap. This time, would it be another big trap? Sher Bufan and Ghostly, who were beside him, were also stunned. Senior Brother Lin was too powerful. Yes, it was enviable. There were so many experts, top geniuses, and legendary physiques, but the goddess did not care. It was a great honor for her to want to see Senior Brother Lin. Kid, your luck with women is here. Hurry up and take advantage of it. The Crimson Dragon was also winking at him. Lin Xian rolled his eyes at him helplessly, then walked out. As he walked out, everyone turned to look at him. Some of them exclaimed. It was the Demon King. He was really here. Some of them were confused. Who was this person? Was he Lin Wuyi? Was he strong? Was he stronger than the lightning spirit constitution and the first prince and the others? Why did the goddess want to see him? Soon, they learned some things from the others, and immediately sucked in a breath of cold air. This was a fierce person. No wonder he was called the Demon King. It was him. He was here. The geniuses of Thunder God City, Thousand Demon City, Golden Crow Tribe, and Xingyue Tribe narrowed their eyes. They did not expect this fiend to be here. As for Lei Zhen, an extremely terrifying radiance exploded from his eyes as he stared fixedly at Lin Xian. The space around Lin Xian shattered in an instant, forming a huge black hole that was bobbing up and down. The surrounding people retreated, frantically. It was too scary. These people had a grudge with Lin Xian, and they would definitely come to blows if they didn't get along. They had to quickly put some distance between them so that they wouldn't be affected. Lin Xian snorted coldly. His body radiated a dazzling light, making him look like a peerless god of war. He froze a part of the world. His gaze was like a heavenly blade as it swept forth. He did not fear those people in the slightest. You're Lin Xian? Lei Zhen said coldly. Daring to kill a genius of my lightning god level, your guts are not small. The first prince let out a cold snort, and similarly, a piercing killing intent burst forth from his eyes. As for Jin Kongjue of the Golden Crow clan, he was even more powerful. He directly descended from the sky and arrived above Lin Xian. His cold voice sounded, Brat, how dare you kill a member of the Golden Crow clan? Kneel down and accept your death. The dragon horse from the demon city also stepped forward, emitting a powerful demonic aura. I want to see what means you have to dare to go against my 1,000 demon city. Even Xie Feng from the Great Desolation Mansion cast his gaze over. His gaze was like two black, demonic blades slicing through the void. It's over. Lin Wuyi is in danger. Yes, no matter how strong he was, he couldn't stop so many geniuses. Today, he would probably die here with a grudge. Who would have thought that he actually dared to come out? Discussions sounded one after another. Many people shook their heads and sighed. Indeed, Lin Xian had killed many geniuses before, but this time the ones who came were completely different from the previous ones. This time they were all top-notch geniuses. Whether it was bloodline talent or strength, they were not weaker than Lin Xian. Lin Xian could contend against one of them, but with 5 of them attacking together, could Lin Xian contend against them? Not to mention Lin Xian, perhaps no one in the world could contend against them. However, Lin Xian's performance was beyond everyone's expectations. He first looked at Lei Zhen and sneered. You dare to speak to me like this. Your guts are not small. You're courting death. Lei Zhen was furious. Since when did someone dare to speak to him like this? He wanted to be angry, but he realized that Lin Xian had already turned his head and ignored him. Lin Xian turned his gaze and looked at the first prince. Don't think that no one knows what you've done. Sometimes the heavens are watching what people do. Get out of my sight now. Otherwise, I don't care if you're the first prince or the second prince. I'll make you a soul under my blade. Humph. The first prince's face darkened completely. He was so angry that his body was trembling. Lin Xian turned his gaze again and looked up. How dare you be so arrogant in front of me? Do you know how many sages from your Golden Crow tribe have become my delicacies? Moreover, I realize that your Golden Crow tribe's meat is very delicious. So you're dead. You'll definitely become my lunch. Ah, Jin Kongjue was furious. Lin Xian actually wanted to eat him. Go to hell. He stomped his feet, and the terrifying golden crow feet rushed down together with the monstrous flames. In an instant they enveloped Lin Xian. Lin Xian snorted coldly and struck out with his palm. His palm emitted a dazzling light. The laws combined with the divine fire met the attack head-on. The two collided and turned into a sea of fire, drowning the space. The terrifying waves swept out in all directions, causing everyone to continuously retreat. In the next moment, Lin Xian retracted his hand. Blood dripped from the sky. Who was injured? Everyone was shocked. Soon, they realized that the sole of Jin Kongjue's foot had cracked. Fresh blood was flowing down from above. Damn it! Jin Kongjue was trembling with anger. He did not attack again because the previous attack had shocked him. Lin Xian was able to injure him. It was too shocking. Lin Xian was just SOSO. Lin Xian sneered and looked at the Longma again. Is he from the Thousand Demon City? Why? Did the nine-headed Qilin not come? Doesn't he have 9 heads? Does he want to be a 9-headed tortoise? Get him out here, quickly. The Longma was furious. Who do you think you are? Are you worthy of our senior brother, 9-headed Qilin? I can kill you. Its hooves stomped in the sky, shattering the void for thousands of miles. At this moment, it was like a peerless beast. It was extremely terrifying. Lin Xian sneered. Tell your senior brother, 9-headed Qilin, to wash his neck and wait for me. I will chop off all 9 of his heads and boil them into a pot of soup. You are courting death. The Longma was furious. It opened its mouth and spat out a torrent. It was a purple demonic wind. It was abnormally terrifying. It was like a pillar of light that reached the sky and instantly rushed towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian did not dodge at all. Instead, he rushed out with a huge golden hand and grabbed forward. He directly grabbed the purple demonic wind in his hand. Then he closed his 5 fingers, and the demonic wind was squeezed into a purple light ball. It spun in Xiao Chen's palm, unable to escape from Xiao Chen's palm. In the end, the demonic wind was extinguished in his hand. How dare you show off in front of me with such petty tricks? Lin Xian sneered. He did not care about these experts at all. This scene made the surrounding people feel like they were going crazy. Chapter 38:45. Damn, isn't this Lin Wudi too strong? Facing so many top experts, he was not afraid at all. Instead, he mocked and ridiculed them. Some of the newcomers' eyes almost popped out of their sockets. Is this the great demon king that you all speak of? Why do I feel that he is so monstrous? Is there such a terrifying person in the world? To be honest, they all thought that Lin Xian was dead for sure. But now, it seemed that Lin Xian was still very strong. He was indeed as arrogant as the rumors said. But do you think that you can still survive today? Lei Zhen walked out. The first prince, Long Ma, and Jin Kongjue all surrounded him. These 4 experts seemed to want to fight. Do you want to fight? Grandpa Long wants to eat roasted golden crow today. The crimson dragon rushed forward. Sir Bufan, Gui Li, and the people of Wushuang City also came to Lin Xian's side. They looked as if they were facing a great enemy. To be honest, they were extremely nervous because this scene was even more terrifying than a month ago. Don't worry, you don't have to fight. Lin Xian waved his hand, telling his junior brothers to calm down. At the same time, he glanced around. What? You want to fight me? You're courting death. Didn't I teach you a lesson not long ago? Who wants to fight? Go ahead, but you have to think carefully about whether you can bear the consequences. Lin Xian said casually, but when it fell into the ears of the others, it was like a sudden clap of thunder. Everyone was terrified. They would never forget the scene of Lin Xian leading the heavenly demon army and killing everyone. In fact, quite a few little saints had fallen in that battle. Thinking of this, everyone was terrified. Sure enough, Lei Zhen, the first prince, and the others' faces darkened. The other party was threatening them. Kid, What's the point of using the force behind you? If you have the ability, use your own strength. You are not our opponent at all. Lei Zhen snorted coldly. The first prince also had a look of disdain. Is Lin Wuti like this? Is he as timid as a mouse? He doesn't even dare to fight with us. He only knows how to use the people behind him to threaten us. Lin Xian laughed. You guys have the face to talk about me? Don't you guys think that you're the top geniuses and don't put anyone in your eyes? Why do all 4 of you have to join hands to fight me? What right do despicable and shameless people like you have to talk about me? You're courting death. Jin Kongjue was so angry that his whole body was trembling. Long Ma's face was also gloomy. The first prince and Lei Zhen also looked unfriendly. She was indeed eloquent, but she was too reckless. At this moment, the pitch-black figure on the black-scaled boat in the distance coldly spoke. Lin Xian glanced at the other party. If you didn't speak, I would have forgotten about your existence. Are you the chief disciple of the great, desolate mansion? Lin Xian looked into the distance. Evil Wind harumphed coldly. I don't need the chief disciple of my great, desolate mansion to kill you. I can do it myself. A black storm rose from his body, easily tearing the void apart. You're not the head disciple, so why aren't you scramming? You're just a piece of trash. What qualifications do you have to talk to me? Lin Xian snorted coldly. Everyone else went crazy. What the F***CK, this guy was too daring. Evil Wind is a top-notch expert. Everyone almost fainted from fright. Evil Wind's face turned completely cold. You're courting death. He waved his hand and an endless storm swept out, tearing the sky apart. Boom! Lin Xian didn't move at all. Golden light burst out from his eyes as he slashed forward. 2 large spatial rifts were formed, and the black storm was completely swallowed up. Lin Xian sneered. Whoever wants to fight, go ahead. I'll send you to hell in advance today. The light on his body was monstrous, making him look like a golden god of war. Everyone closed their eyes. Is a battle about to break out? The surrounding people frantically retreated. At the same time, they were extremely excited. However, to their disappointment, no one made a move. At this moment, not only Lei Zhen, Jin Kongjue, Long Ma, but also the others, their faces were gloomy. What was going on? Could it be that these geniuses were scared? Or were they scared? Why aren't they making a move? Lin Xian smiled as well. Wasn't he full of confidence just now? Why didn't anyone make a move? What a bunch of trash. Brat, continue to be arrogant. I'll let you jump around for 2 more days. When we enter planet Tianming, it'll be your death. Lei Zhen spoke. He returned to his cold arrogance, his hands behind his back as lightning surrounded his body. On the other side, the crown prince smiled. Killing you now is too easy. It won't be too late to kill you after we enter planet Tianming. That's right, Long Ma. Jin Kongjue also sneered. When planet Tianming opens, it'll be your death. To be honest, they also wanted to make a move now, but they had many concerns. First, Lin Wuti's performance was too strong. They might not be able to take him down in a short time. Moreover, even if they killed him, how would they deal with the demonic palace's army? They didn't want to provoke such trouble. Those demonic palace's people were all crazy. Therefore, they decided to wait until they entered planet Tianming. Planet Tianming wasn't a place that anyone could enter. Moreover, the demonic palace's army wouldn't be able to enter at all. After they entered, they would kill the other party. They wouldn't have any worries at all. Thinking of this, the few of them sneered. At this moment, the maidservant in the distance spoke. Lin Gongzi, our saintess has been waiting for you for a long time. Are you coming or not? Forget it, I won't go. Lin Xian shook his head. This scene caused everyone to be stupefied. Even Lei Zhen and the others were shocked. Lin Wuti actually rejected them. This was too unbelievable. One had to know that they had done everything possible to see the Saintess face. However, Lin Wudi actually rejected them. Damn it, this guy is pretending. Damn it, I really want to be struck by lightning. Lei Jin clenched his teeth. Jean Kongjue and the others also rolled their eyes. Even the little maidservant was stunned. Then she puffed up her cheeks and said, "What are you doing?" She puffed up her cheeks and glared at Lin Xian. This guy is too despicable. He actually dared to reject their Saintess. Lin Xian merely shrugged his shoulders in response to her angry gaze. Truth be told, he was also keeping an eye out for her. He didn't dare to casually provoke this mysterious force. However, at this moment, a beautiful voice came from the seven-colored spiritual vessel. "What's wrong? Lin Gongzi, are you afraid? This isn't the Central Emperor that I know. Moreover, this person actually knows his title. This is an old friend." Suddenly, a beautiful figure appeared in his mind. Could it be her? Lin Xian's eyes lit up. Hearing this, Lin Xian was stunned. This voice is so familiar. Since the Saintess has invited me, I will respectfully accept. He walked forward with a bright smile on his face. This scene caused everyone to be stunned. Lei Zhan and the others were about to go crazy. Damn it, aren't you not going in? They originally thought that they had another chance. However, they didn't expect Lin Xian to change his mind again. This arrogant and cunning guy, I will kill him sooner or later. Jean Kongjue's eyes lit up with a fierce light. Long Ma and the others were also fuming with anger. The maidservant also glared at Lin Xian. However, she was ignored by Lin Xian. "Come in." The maidservant led the way and led Lin Xian into the spiritual vessel. Chapter 3846. The interior of the spirit boat was simple and unadorned. It was filled with the fragrance of a young girl. In front of him was a young girl with her back to him. She stood there with an ancient scroll in her hand. When she heard the voice behind her, she didn't turn around. "Shuang, you can leave first. I have something to discuss with Lin Gongzi." "Yes, holy maiden." The little maid left, but before she left, she warned Lin Xian not to go overboard. Otherwise, she would teach him a lesson. Lin Xian smiled. After Shuang left, only Lin Xian and the mysterious girl were left. "Qingcheng, is that you?" Lin Xian's eyes were filled with excitement. The girl in front of him also turned around with a beautiful smile. "Brother Xian, it's been a long time. It's really you." Lin Xian's heart was filled with excitement. That's right. The beautiful girl in front of him was Murong Qingcheng. Lin Xian hadn't seen her for a long time since they parted in the true spirit world. He didn't even have any news about her. Later, he met Xinjing Qiu, but he still didn't have any news about Murong Qingcheng. He didn't expect to meet Murong Qingcheng again here. "Qingcheng, brother Xian." The two of them hugged each other tightly. After a long time, Murong Qingcheng raised her head again. Her beautiful face was filled with tears. Lin Xian wiped away his tears. "Silly girl, what are you crying for? Am I not coming?" Speaking up to hear, he raised his hand and formed a formation. Then he picked up Murong Qingcheng and walked inside. Inside the hibiscus tent, they spent the night together. After a round of lovemaking, the two of them talked about their past. "Brother Xian, you've suffered." Hearing about Lin Xian's legendary experience, Murong Qingcheng was very worried. "It's nothing. I'm already here." Lin Xian rubbed Murong Qingcheng's little face. At the same time, he was also surprised. Murong Qingcheng was now a prodigy of a holy city. Furthermore, he had gained the attention of the Sage King and had been taken in as a personal disciple. It could be said that his status was extraordinary. This time, he had also come to participate in the Heavenly Fate planet competition. Outside, everyone was waiting anxiously. They wanted to know if there would be a second lucky person after Lin Xian came out. However, after waiting for an entire day, they realized that Lin Xian still hadn't appeared. At night, These people stood by the lake, their hearts sinking into the lake. Damn it, a single man and a single woman, and it had already been a day. What could the two of them do in the same room? They simply could not imagine it. Even the maidservant looked on in shock, and couldn't hold back any longer. Worried that her holy daughter might be in danger, she transmitted a message to Meng Hao. Lin Wudi was rumored to be a demon king. Don't worry. Come in, Murong Qingqing replied from inside. After Shuang heard this, she hurried in. In the next moment, she was stunned. Damn it! How dare he be disrespectful to the holy daughter? She realized that Lin Xian and Murong Qingqing were very close. Lin Xian was even holding Murong Qingqing in his arms. Ah, damn it, I'll fight you. Shuang pulled out a long sword that emitted a biting cold light. However, Murong Qingqing said in a delicate voice, Shuang, don't be impulsive. This Lin Gongzi is the person I told you about. Hearing this, Shuang threw her long sword on the ground with a clang. Her face was full of surprise. She had always been by Murong Qingqing's side. Naturally, she knew about Murong Qingqing's past. She knew that Murong Qingqing had a sweetheart. She just didn't expect that it would be this demon king. Brother Xian, I want to accompany you for a while. Why don't you stay here and wait for the destined star to open together? Murong Qingqing said coquettishly as she held Lin Xian's arm. Shuang was almost scared silly. To be honest, in her eyes, Murong Qingqing had always been a cold queen with unparalleled talent. She was a cold fairy, but now Murong Qingqing was showing a charm that she had never seen before. If those peerless geniuses outside saw Murong Qingqing like this, they would probably go crazy with jealousy. Not only Lei Zhen and the others outside, but some of the top geniuses of the Kunlun Pavilion would probably vomit blood in anger. That's right, they were from the Kunlun Pavilion. Murong Qingqing was the holy daughter of the Kunlun Pavilion. The Kunlun Pavilion was also a holy city. Outside are a few of my junior brothers and Ruzalong. I'll send them a voice transmission and tell them not to wait for me. Lin Xian sent a voice transmission to the people outside. The Crimson Dragon, Shi Bufan, and the others were stunned when they heard it. The Crimson Dragon said, Brat, are you being held hostage? He was very worried. After all, the demonic palace had done such things before. Lin Xian smiled and said, You're thinking too much. Do you know who I'm with? It's Qingqing. Don't worry, we'll meet again on planet Tianming. The Crimson Dragon was also surprised when he heard it. Murong Qingqing? Forget it. I'll let this brat have some fun for 2 days. The Crimson Dragon waved his dragon claws and said, Go, go. Don't worry about this brat, he won't die. The people of Peerless City were stunned. At this moment, the 7-colored spirit boat turned into a stream of light and left the Crescent Lake, disappearing into the sky. Damn, this Demon King couldn't have been captured again, right? It's possible he better not come back. Some people were so angry that they gritted their teeth. Only the Crimson Dragon knew that this brat had gone to have some fun. Very soon the news spread. The mysterious woman from the domain met Lin Wudi, and the two of them left hand in hand. This Lin Wudi was too charming. He actually overshadowed Lei Zhen, Jin Kongjue, and the Crown Prince. Sounds of discussion rang out one after another. They were too shocked. Of course, there were also people who sneered. He was captured last time. I don't think he'll be able to come back this time. The people of Peerless City were also worried. However, and Hong rushed back in time to explain the situation, and the people of Peerless City heaved a sigh of relief. What happened outside had nothing to do with Lin Xian anymore. These days, Lin Xian and Murong Qingqing were together. There was no need to mention how good the days were. And today, planet Tianming was finally going to open. In the center of the 4 moons, a mysterious star was unsealed, and it emitted endless light. At this moment, The elites on the moons were also excited. They were finally going to enter planet Tianming to find their destiny. After entering, I'll kill Lin Wudy first. Lei Jin said boldly. On the other side, nine-headed Qilin also arrived. He was a handsome man. His original body had 9 heads, but after transforming into his human form, he had a handsome appearance. However, no one dared to look down on him. Everyone knew that 9 heads meant that he had 9 lives. He was practically immortal. When he arrived, he also said that he would cut Lin Xian into pieces. At the same time, the chief disciple of the great, desolate mansion also arrived, along with some of the top elites of the sacred city. At this moment, they all rose into the sky and entered planet Tianming. We're going. Peerless City, Still Water Sky City, and the others rose into the sky and flew toward planet Tianming. The North Yao and the Crimson Dragon moved alone because there was an old monster beside them, Heishan. Heishan had already left when Lin Xian met Morong Qingqing. The Crimson Dragon looked at Heishan and smiled. You were a great sage before, so you must have been to planet Tianming before. I can't go wrong following you. Tell me, where are the treasures on planet Tianming? Chapter 38:47. Heishan had an unfathomable look on his face. He had recovered a little during this period of time and had turned into an old man in a black robe. He looked very mysterious. He said, Tianming, I can't tell you. Disciple, after we go in, you have to follow me closely. Hearing that, the North Demon nodded. The Crimson Dragon vomited blood. Damn, you old thing, you can't go too far. Heishan smiled. The North Demon is my disciple, so I will naturally bring him along. Why don't you be my disciple too? You want to be Ben Huang's master and take advantage of me? No way. The Crimson Dragon gritted his teeth in anger. All right, it's about time. Let's go. Heishan waved his hand, and the 3 of them also rose into the air. At this moment, everyone moved. On a spirit boat, Lin Xian and Morong Qingqing stood there holding hands. They looked ahead. Tianming planet had opened. It was time to go in. Morong Qingqing turned her head and looked at the little maid. Shuang wait outside. Holy maiden, you must be careful. Shuang didn't go in. She steered the spirit boat and waited outside. Lin Xian and Morong Qingqing turned into a ray of light and flew toward the mysterious planet in front of them. In the next moment, they entered the planet and were enveloped by a mysterious power. This was a strange world. Sunlight shone down from above like a waterfall, and streams of light circled around the surroundings. In the distance, savage beasts roared. The mountain range stretched into the clouds. The grass and trees were fresh and blooming with spiritual light. Lin Xian felt that the aura of the great Tao here was very strong. It was much more lively than the outside world. This must be Tianming planet. It was a very magical world. He looked around and frowned slightly. Besides the miraculous nature of this world, what surprised him was that Morong Qingqing, who was right next to him, had already disappeared. It seemed that they were teleported randomly. However, he wasn't worried. With Qingqing's strength, there would be no problem. Moreover, they would meet on Tianming planet sooner or later. It was better to figure out what was so magical about Tianming planet first. In another place, a waterfall of stars hung in the sky. A beautiful woman appeared. She was none other than Morong Qingqing. She looked around and frowned. Brother Xian wasn't by her side? Random teleportation? The Northern Goblin, the Crimson Dragon, and the others were also separated. Black Mountain entered as well. Looking at the scenery around him, a look of vicissitudes appeared in his eyes. He was finally here again. What a nostalgic memory. He rose up into the air and flew off into the distance. Before long, he set up a spell formation in a mountain range and waited there. Everyone was randomly teleported to different corners of the world. They were all amazed at the strange scene around them. Roar! Between heaven and earth, a series of exclamations rang out. The mountains and rivers shook, and the blood of many sages churned. The sky prides were also shocked. Was there such a terrifying existence in this world? What was that? Someone exclaimed. In the distant horizon, there was a blurry figure. It was incomparably blood-red, and as it walked, it crushed mountains and rivers. Even from millions of miles away, the aura it emitted was still enough to make one's hair stand on end. The celestial fate planet was truly dangerous. No wonder not just anyone could enter. Everyone was on high alert. They had to be more careful. Outside the celestial fate planet, some powerful elders and small saints were also waiting silently. It had finally opened. They wondered who would be able to obtain the heaven-defying heavens this time. Only those below the small saint realm could enter the celestial fate planet. Of course, if you suppressed your cultivation, you could also enter. However, under normal circumstances, these elders would not enter. After all, they had been to the celestial fate planet and obtained the heavens when they were young. Moreover, they knew that it was incomparably dangerous. There was a mysterious existence there. Normally, they would not dare to set foot in this place. Why is there someone else? Suddenly, someone turned his head and looked into the distance with a surprised expression. Most of the people had already entered. Is there someone else coming from afar? Who is this person? They all turned their heads to look, only to see a green light streaking across the void between heaven and earth, instantly arriving nearby. Is she finally here? That was really close. The starlight streaked across the sky and formed a beautiful figure. She exhaled and entered the celestial fate planet. If I'm not mistaken, this girl should be the holy maiden of the spiritual clan. An elder of the New Moon clan frowned. The person next to him nodded. Yes, it was her, Shinjingqiu. She was also a disciple of Peerless City. But why did she come so late? She almost didn't enter. I don't know. Perhaps she was delayed by something. Although she's also a pearl like our princess, I don't think she'll be able to keep up with our princess this time. After about a day, the celestial fate planet was finally sealed again. During this period of time, no one could enter, and no one could come out. At the same time, the geniuses inside the celestial fate planet felt a change in the great Tao. They felt their laws automatically emerge and revolve around them. At the same time, they clearly noticed that there were some changes happening around them. Hazy flowers bloomed one after another, emitting the aura of the great Tao. Tao flowers. A voice suddenly sounded in everyone's minds. Flowers of the great path appeared around Lin Xian as well. There were 4 of them, but the 4th one was not as bright as the first 3. Could it be that it had something to do with cultivation? Lin Xian was a mid-4th layer cultivator, which was why he could condense 4 Tao flowers. As the chief disciple of the sacred city, the city would give him some information before he came. He also had some information about the celestial fate planet. After entering, the Tao flowers would be formed according to the laws of one's cultivation. The Tao flowers weren't just a symbol of strength, but also a kind of resource. One could take others' Tao flowers to strengthen oneself. The more Tao flowers one had, the deeper one's understanding of the laws. It could even directly improve one's comprehension of the laws. Moreover, the celestial fate planet had something very special, the Bronze Gate. No one knew who had created the gate, but it was very mysterious. Opening the gate would lead one to a very strange place. Inside, one could use Tao flowers to exchange for precious natural treasures or secret manuals. The items inside the gate were incomparably precious. Some were even extinct in the outside world. Outside the celestial fate planet, they might not be found anywhere else. That was why countless people coveted the gate. Therefore, in the early stages, one had to seize Tao flowers to strengthen oneself. In the later stages, one had to fight for the 3 lives destiny stone. Only by stepping on the 3 lives destiny stone would one be able to see their own destiny. Therefore, whether it was the early or the later stages, it was incomparably tragic. Lin Xian took a deep breath. This information went through his mind, and his eyes burst with a piercing light. You're tuning in to the Thunder Spear YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.